Football greetings. It's a playoff night in Homer City. Tonight, the Homer Center Wildcats host the Glendale Vikings. Good evening, everybody, with Ward Hilliard. Mark Burdick joining you live on WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM, and on our video stream, which is available tonight both on the WCCS Facebook page as well as our WCCS YouTube channel. Ward Hilliard, last week we made the trip to Flinton, Pennsylvania to witness the Glendale Vikings 16-12 victory over the Penns Manor Comets. Hard-fought game. All of the scoring came in the first half, and Glendale at the end had to make a stand defensively, and then they picked up a couple of first downs led by a pretty talented athlete that they use in a variety of ways, Suds Dubler. So first ever meeting between the Vikings and the Wildcats, and as you know, the Wildcats have been money at home. They've never lost a home playoff game. They are 11-0.
I know that because that's your stat, and you showed that to me. It's hard to believe, but they have never won a road playoff game. That's something else I wasn't aware of, but you're right. Suds Dubler is the real deal, and the Wildcats need to contain him. That'll be one of my keys tonight. But it's important. The guy can score from anywhere on the field. He's very versatile. He's the guy, of course, you've got to stop. Penns Manor did a fair job. That game was hard for us to really analyze, though. There were 19 penalties, no flow. It's really difficult to say what we're going to be seeing from Glendale here tonight.
The Glendale Vikings are 6-5. And the Wildcats 7-3. Homer Center, a first-round bye, lost two tough one-point games to close out the season. They were 7-1, lost to Muncie, one of the top teams in the state, 17-16. Berlin, 13-12. Both of those games, a play here or there, like a lot of football games, can determine it. Wildcats came up on the short end, but they still finished with the number 2 seed, had a week off. Coach Page gave them a couple of days. I would expect to see maybe a re-energized ball club here tonight.
Well, you would hope so. A lot of times your concern is that, you take that break and you kind of get a little out of kilter, lose your momentum, lose your focus. That's what the coaching staff would have to battle those first couple practices. I'm sure they did. This isn't the first trip to town for them. They know what it's like in the playoffs, and I'm sure they emphasized lose one, you're done. So they've got to win this game to get into that next week's game.
The winner advances to the District 6 semifinals next weekend. The winner of this game will play the winner of Purchase Line and Bishop Guilfoyle. Todd Marino doing that game on our affiliate station, WQMU, this evening. And on the other side of the bracket, Conemaugh Valley visits the number 1 seed, Juniata Valley, and West Shamokin goes to Portage. So that will be interesting. Portage lost 3 games in a row to close out the regular season. West Shamokin seemed to get hot at the right time. They finished with a pair of wins.
Yeah, if they get their defense to play, they're going to be hard to beat. They've got that wonderful quarterback out there, Mr. Schwartz. He can do it all. And, if their defense can hold up, they'll have a shot at Portage. Not the strong Portage team we've seen in the past.
Well, Glendale, just before we go to break, and then we'll come back here on our ITT Indiana Total Therapy pregame show. 16-12 last week over the Penns Manor Comets. They built a 10-0 lead early on, 12-yard touchdown from Suds Dubler, and a 36-yard Ethan Cavallette field goal gave them that lead 7 seconds into the second quarter. Penns Manor drove to the Glendale 10-yard line in the final minutes of the game, but Max Hill's 4th and 7 pass to Carter Smith fell incomplete in the end zone with 3:35 remaining to end what was a 12-play, 69-yard drive, and the Comets were that close to winning the ball game. Dubler then gained 14 yards on a big 3rd down and 6 to salt the game away. He ran for 152 yards on 22 carries. Some of it coming in the Wildcat formation. They had actually 4 quarterbacks throw passes last week. They'll give you a lot of different looks. They're not big in numbers, only 21, 22 players, but they have a scrappy team.
Yeah, they're all. I was commenting. I watched them come across the field here. I was down on the field last week with them. Most of them were all built the same way. Some are taller than others, but they were all strong-looking kids. They're tough. Obviously, you got to be when you only have 21, and they'll be a challenge. The thing, I keep saying this, but you don't want to look past them if you're the Wildcats.
We're going to come back and chat more on our ITT pregame show. Coming up, you'll also hear from head coach Greg Page. We'll have the Luther Ford Lincoln keys to the game, the starting lineups, and more when we come back to Memorial Field on our Indiana Total Therapy ITT pregame show. The Wildcats welcome the Glendale Vikings right here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the Greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City.
Brenda Media and Wildcat fans say thank you to the following clubs and organizations for their outstanding community support and for making tonight's playoff video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, established in 1954 on Neal Road in Grayston. The Homer City Area Athletics Booster Club, serving Homer Center's youth since 1958. And by the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119 South in Homer City. Thank you for your community support.
We welcome you back to our S&T Bank broadcast booth. Relationship banking, one customer at a time, S&T Bank, and we welcome you back to our ITT pregame show at the same time. Ward, I think one of the keys tonight in the game, the tape I have here, Homer Center with a big advantage in the trenches. Offensive line, they are going to outweigh the Glendale Vikings by 60 pounds. Homer Center's offensive line averages 6'1", 255. Glendale's defensive line, 6'1", 195. And on the other side, Glendale's O-line, 6'1", 197. Homer Center's defensive line, 6'2", 249. So that's plus 52 for Homer Center. Sometimes athleticism and speed, we saw it with Penns Manor last year with a undersized yet athletic and a very effective line, can make up for that. But I expect Homer Center to impose their will tonight on Glendale, or at least try to.
Well, toward the end of the season, they kind of struggled to get that running game going, and they need to get that going right off the bat here tonight, and certainly use that line to create holes. Their backs are tough. They run hard. It'll be a challenge for Glendale to slow them down. And I think, as you said, Mark, the size usually makes a difference when you have the technique, and that's the key. Will they be able to follow through and do the blocking assignments that they've been doing early in the year? I'd like to see that a little more and get Colin Troop going right away.
One common opponent, and it was the Penns Manor Comets, of course, Glendale winning 16-12 last week, and the Homer Center Wildcats defeated Penns Manor 51-20 way back on October 1st. So, I don't know what that means, but I throw it out there, and we'll see how things work out here tonight.
Yeah, you learn from prior games. You learn from losing games, actually. You know things that you can adjust to. I'm sure Glendale's looked at tape and sees what Homer can do well. Homer's multidimensional in offense. They can do a lot of things. They'll need to do that. I think one of the I hate to keep using my keys up here, but it's important for the Wildcats, I think, to get ahead and to stay ahead. Don't allow Glendale to think they're in this ball game. If you do, you're going to have your hands full.
Last week's playoff win for Glendale over Penns Manor was their first home playoff game in 11 years, dating back to 2010, and their win over Penns Manor was just the second playoff win in their long program history. So experience on Homer Center's side, I think you get into a tough atmosphere, it can make a difference.
Yeah, the experience, good way of putting it. You have a list there of district playoff games that Homer's been involved with, and we did a lot of them. So, they have the experience. The coaching staff's been there. They won a couple district titles. They're the real deal, and they need to prove that here tonight.
Speaking of coaches, we tried. Coach Dave Trexler was so cooperative last week, but this week he was ghosting us. We did hear from him today and said he had phone issues, and I asked for an email and a phone number to call him for an interview. So you Glendale fans that are tuned in tonight on the radio or video stream, we wanted to have Dave Trexler on the air, but we couldn't get the cooperation. He's in his third season, 15 and 14. And by the way, those 15 wins, Glendale has won under Dave Spank Trexler. They won a total of 11 games in the previous 6 years prior to him coming here. So he's really done a good job in kind of stabilizing things and getting the Glendale program on track. Homer Center head coach Greg Page is up next. His 15th season, 104-61 record, became Homer Center's all-time winningest coach. First ever meeting against Glendale right around the corner on a playoff night for Memorial Field on the ITT pregame show. Our coverage will continue here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network. Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center community.
Hi Wildcat fans, this is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
This is the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, inviting you to follow the Hawks home and away on U92.5 FM and at U92radio.com. Start your Saturday game day with another Indiana County tradition, the Luther Ford High School Coaches Corner Show, every Saturday morning on WDAD AM 1450, 100.3 FM, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Since 1969, Luther Ford's High School Coaches Corner, every Saturday from 8 to 10 on WDAD.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
I'm Shannon Lutnitzkis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season. And when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide.
First round bye. Yeah, it's nice. We've done that several times, last year included as well, and I thought it was nice to be able to recharge a little bit. Feels like it's been a long time, so I hope our kids are ready. I think they're hungry. The time off, I think, did a lot of us some good, so we'll roll the dice and see what happens.
The Glendale Vikings are in town. By my records, first ever meeting between the two schools. The week off, sometimes it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Good, obviously, from the standpoint of any bumps and bruises or other injuries getting healed up. And I think just mentally, just a step away from the grind for a day or two can be good. But on the other side, it can disrupt timing. Maybe rust shows up after a layoff. I'm sure, all things considered, you're okay with the extra week.
I was, yeah. I usually hope for that when we're getting down deep in the season, even though we ended with a couple really tough losses for the end of the regular season. I still felt like we earned that number 2 seed. So having said that, you take advantage of that, and we did a little bit in the off week, a couple days, gave a couple days off, did some scouting, and then came back this week, and we had great weather. Looks like our weather will be okay for game time. I think that's going to be something that can help to kind of lessen the thought or worry about the rust. Yeah.
Glendale Vikings last week, 16-12. They eliminated Penn's Manor. No scoring in the second half of that game, and a game that I aired on our sister station, WQMU, with Ward. You and your coaches were there. Your takeaways on Glendale?
I like a lot of their kids. I think, they're not a big team. They don't have a big roster size. They don't have huge guys on the line or even big backs, but they've got tough kids. I was impressed. I know that Suds Dubler is the focal point, but they have some other good guys around him. They do a lot of different looks with formations, motions, and putting different guys in different spots. It's a challenge defensively to be able to line up to that stuff. But I think all in all, our philosophy is, hey, let's just line up, let's just do what we do, line up and try to be able to dictate from the defensive side of the ball.
No question, one of my favorite names of the season. There's always a couple that stick out, but he's rushed a lot of Suds, over 1,000 yards rushing, had a big game, 152 yards against Penn's Manor, and they use him in a variety of ways, don't they?
Yeah, I thought the strength with him was a lot of his yards after contact or after an initial defender was there in his field of vision or in his path, and I think that says a lot about a running back. I would hope that people would think the same about our guys. That's what makes a running back really good. I mean, a lot of people can run through a hole. This kid was I think he's a wrestler too. The hand, guys, too. People and field.
Which you've already alluded to. Yeah. I thought they ran a very effective shuffle pass, if you will, on a. So they be a lot.
They do. I didn't realize it was guys. We had to go 4 guys. Always begging to throw passes. But yeah, that just goes to show you the flexibility of their offense. They're not afraid to do different things and go in different formations. Alignment is going to be a key, and then just reacting and playing football.
You mentioned up front maybe a little bit of an edge with them not being very big. You'll be surprised to know I have the exact numbers. You outweigh them up front on the offensive line to their defensive line by 60 pounds. You average 6'1", 255. They average 6'1", 195. Okay. And by about 53 pounds on the defensive line. But that is only part of the story sometimes, right?
Yeah, I believe we outweighed Berlin up front. I don't know if it was that big of a difference. They didn't have really many heavyweights, and we do. So, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes conditions dictate that too. We're going to have to come off the football, both sides. I would like to use that size advantage to our advantage and be able to control and dictate the line of scrimmage. So that's obviously part of the game plan. We'll see if it happens.
Does the extra time give you any opportunity to put in some maybe new stuff, wrinkle or two? The running game was an issue down the stretch compared to what we saw in the first 6 weeks of the season as teams began to jam the box, really starting with River Valley. So is that something maybe you worked on to counter adjust?
Yeah, we did two primary things in the off time. We and both are kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum. We focused on some fundamental things, especially during the open week, and we added some things. The things that I like to add would be things that already exist and a concept that we have, and we can tweak it to give another look offensively. Special teams, we looked at a few things too. Defensively, we have a couple fronts we're happy with. Really, a lot of times nowadays in football, defensively, you're kind of dictated by what the offense lines up in or what they do. But those first two areas with offense and special teams, yeah, we tried to do a few things wrinkle-wise, and we'll see if we need to pull them out.
Coach, last week the Penns Manor-Glendale game featured 19 penalties, which is absurd. Many of them holding penalties that just totally disrupted the flow. So hopefully you stay penalty-free. Hopefully both teams can stay penalty-free for that matter.
Right.
And you won't need to take care of the football, of course. Other than that, what do you feel the real keys are to advancing to a semifinal next weekend?
We have to finish drives. That's always been a strength of us no matter what we've run offensively. It happened in a couple of our losses where we did have some good movements down the field and didn't finish for whatever the reason, whether it be a penalty, whether we just got bogged down on a certain play that we called. We have to be able to finish the drives, and I think if we do that, that's what wasn't happening in that game last week, mostly because of the penalties. And we do stay, virtually turnover-free. I think we can be okay.
Coach, you probably thought that I was going to bring up the fact that you have never lost a home playoff game, but I'm not going to do that.
I didn't think you would, for the 58th time.
Head Coach Greg Page, brought to you by Walbeck Insurance, Main Street in Homer City. You can visit them online at walbeckinsurance.com. We'll talk to you on the postgame show. We wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you guys very much.
Head Coach Greg Page, we're coming back with more on our ITT Indiana Total Therapy pregame show right here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
It's high school football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
The Indiana County Technology Center Adult Education Program offers a variety of career pathways for adults. Whether you're looking for a new career or simply just learn new skills, ICTC's selection of diverse programs will help you achieve your goals. Our programs are tailored to fit your needs and offer industry-specific certification opportunities. Call today at 724-349-6700 to find out how we can help you become more successful.
I'm Shannon Lipniskis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the Greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday.
And we welcome you back
Families
in the booth
work to
here
create
on
a better
our
life.
ITT pregame show. Indeed, time for our Luther Ford keys to the game. The 6-5 Glendale Vikings and the 7-3 Homer Center Wildcats in the District 6 Class A quarterfinals. Ward, what do you have?
Well, I'll tell you what. as I said here in the pregame, the Wildcats need to score early, get the lead, and then come back and score again. How many times have you seen teams march down the field, get a touchdown, hooray, hooray, they come running off, that's the last offense they give it. Homer has got to follow it up with another score and convince Glendale that they're going to be in this ball game. That's one big key. The other big key, the obvious one, you got to slow down the Suds man. He is a real threat, and he can score from anywhere on the field. And the Wildcats' biggest concern, in my estimation, Mark, DNs. Do not allow him outside. You folks who are going to watch it on the stream, watch for that stiff arm. He loves the stiff arm, and it is effective. So the Wildcats are going to have to be aware of that. The final thing is control the field. Don't turn the ball over. Keep them pinned up. Force them to take long drives. Be the champion that you are and show it on the field. And I think that's very important. So those are the keys, I think, for Homer.
I think another one, as I said earlier on our ITT pregame show, impose your will. You have a big advantage up front, both sides of the ball. Use it to your advantage. Play disciplined, play laser-focused, and dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we summed up. You got to come out and show them that you're here to play. You're not going to fool around, and any chance of an upset is out the window. Now, it's easy enough to say, but those 11 guys that are out there are going to have to perform that.
By the way, we heard from Bruno's Italian Restaurant in our last break. We will be giving away a Bruno's Pizza during the course of tonight's game at some point, so stay tuned for that, courtesy of our friend. He lives right up the road from Memorial Field, Dennis Della Penna. Fans of the Smith Lewis Chess are certified public accountants that provide close personal attention to their clients with tremendous value of relationships, with every client relationship viewed as a partnership. You'll receive assurance from Smith Lewis and Chess Company that their credibility comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial expertise. Smith Lewis and Chess Company, located on 1776 Warren Road, Indiana, a company built on character, integrity, with a belief in strong relationships. Smith Lewis Chess and Company, proud to present tonight's Wildcat football playoff game. Ward, Homer Center, back-to-back home losses. Haven't seen that forever. They were 3-3 at home this year. The last time they lost 3 home playoff games, I'll put it in the form of a question. When was the last time the Wildcats lost?
Caught me in the middle of something else. Wow. They lost 3? Wow, I'm going to say around 2011.
Good.
When they did not win a game.
That's the right answer. They finished 0-9, the only time the school ever finished 0-9 in football, and never were, in case you're wondering, well, were they ever 0-10? The answer is no. They want to get back on track because Memorial Field's been so kind to them during the past many years under Coach Page. You know, they're returning to the playoffs for a 6th straight season, 8th time in 9 years. Last time they failed to qualify was 2015 when they finished 5-5, and they finished 10th in the standings. At that time, D6, they only took 8 teams in single A, which is the way it should be, quite frankly,
yes.
right?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Glendale, 6 wins, first time since 2012. They won 6 games per year from 2009 to 2012. They haven't won more than 6 in 15 years when they went 8-3. In 2006. So they're not accustomed to this. It'll be interesting to see how they react. Of course, those kids don't know all of the history. They just know they're coming off of a big win, and they want to keep the momentum going here tonight.
They have a beautiful facility there. I think we were pretty impressed. But I guess we're going to get the anthem.
And we're going to come back with the Maine's Chiropractic starting lineups. Ward will deliver the starting lineups for both the Glendale Vikings and the Homer Center Wildcats when we return on our ITT pregame show on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
This is the voice of the IUP.
Left tackle Mason Peterson, a junior, 6'2", 210 pounds. Left guard Britton Spangle, he's a junior, 5'11", 215. Tyler Niebauer is the center, he's a senior, 5'10", 215. Dylan Pennington, the right guard, a senior at 5'11", 170. And Lucas Tarno is the right tackle, junior, 6'3", 175. Troy Missouri is the split end on the right side, a sophomore, 6 foot, 155. In the backfield, Ethan Cavallette, he is a senior, 6'3", 170. He does all their place kicking. Suds Dubler will be the key tailback, the senior, 6 foot, 175. Zeke Dubler is the other tailback there, a junior, 5'10", 160. And Gage Wright will be in the slot, senior, 5'9", 160. For the Wildcats, tight end again, Noah Henry. He is a senior, 6'1", 206. Left tackle Isaiah Bentz, junior, 6'5", 298. Sage Bernard's a senior left guard, 5'9", 228. Center Aiden Bakina, a junior, 6'1", 233. Vinny Taglietti is the right guard, a junior, 5'10", 242. Mike Yunt, the right tackle, senior, 6'3", 273. Anthony Rowland is the wideout, senior, 5'10", 162. In the backfield will be Cole McAnulty. He is a junior, 5'10", 174. He'll be joined by Colin Troop, the senior, 5'10", 173. Landon Hill will be back there, the sophomore, at 6'1", 206. And you'll see Michael Krajosik in the slot, the junior, 5'10", 155. Boy, interesting. A lot of juniors, both teams. Mark, you're going to have a pretty good year next year.
Yeah, something else that's similar. The Glendale Vikings marching band, which we saw them last week, put on a nice halftime show. So we're going to have two good bands here tonight. And their fight song, the Notre Dame Victory March.
Yeah, are they allowed on the field in the halftime?
I don't know, to be honest.
They weren't allowed on the field for the pregame, but Mr. Mester, who is an authority on this, says yes, they are.
So
that'll be good.
Spotter in the booth, speaking of Mr. Mester, is Dennis Mester, excuse me. And our statistician, Jerry Rossi, he has his own sponsor, First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. The only statistician in the Commonwealth that I know of that has his own sponsor. Jerry, wave again to everybody out there in radio and video land. And Ward Hilliard, of course, alongside me since 1994. I'm not sure who I was alongside starting in 1987, but I was alongside Ray Goss and Jack Benedict.
You were brought up right, that's for sure.
Fans, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville's UrgiCare, they fast-track you for quick access to their team of medical experts, highly trained and ready to treat all minor injuries and illnesses. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge offers the full spectrum of UrgiCare 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Old Route 22 in Blairsville. Get in, get out, get better. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, a part of the IRMC family. Better health, better life. And that's our ITT pregame show. Stay with us for the start of tonight's game. It's a playoff night at Memorial Field at the corner of Lincoln and Harrison Streets. Our executive producer on the radio side is Michael Burdick. Our video engineer and producer is John Smathers. He sits right behind us in our S&T Bank broadcast booth. Opening kickoff coming up next here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Good sportsmanship and positive interscholastic relations.
IRMC,
We ask
have
each
all
of you
the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand.
Quad captains for both teams at midfield. The referee tonight is Lou Idzotic. Sage Bernard, Noah Henry,
the Wildcats have won the toss.
Colin Troop, and Justin Walbeck, the captains for Homer Center. Suds Dubler, Logan Cree. Trying to see the other numbers out there for the Vikings. Homer Center won the toss and deferred, so Glendale will be getting the ball. Also, Ethan Cavallette, one of the quad captains for the Vikings, and we'll get that fourth number. It is Zeke Dubler. So the rest of the officiating crew, a couple of these guys were embroiled in major controversy. The Muncie game with a couple of those calls on the targeting that wasn't called and the phantom holding call that I had mentioned. Randy Sale is the umpire, Wes Sinclair, Lynn Boudris, Dan Antonacci, Scott Homer, and Joel Brown. I won't mention names, but I do remember a couple of those officials. The officials are brought to you by Ward Hilliard Eye Care.
I think they
main office in Homer City.
Yeah, I think they select these guys for these games since they are playoff games, a little more significant. So it's not the same crew you might have during the course of the regular season.
Kicking off for Homer Center will be Mason Bell. Wildcats in their home uniforms, black pants, black jerseys, white stripes. The Vikings, royal blue pants, white jerseys, blue numerals trimmed in yellow. You're a little surprised?
Well, I was going to say thought the Wildcats would want the ball right off the bat, but they will get it to start the second half. But I still believe it's important to get ahead.
Back deep for the Vikings, Suds Dubler and Gage Wright. Beautiful night for football. Field looks great, and they had to get it back after a couple of rain weekends. Kickoff taken at the 27-yard line by Justin Jasper, and Jasper tries to get to the left sideline, but the Wildcats defended pretty well. On the kick coverage team for Homer Center, Justin Walbeck making the tackle.
Vikings ball, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Public announcer tonight is Adam Marshall. Did a great job filling in for Chris Garetano during the season. when Chris was under the weather. And Chris had a previous engagement tonight, so Adam put right back in the saddle as we watch the Vikings start at their own 34-yard line. They average 20.9 points a game, 198 yards rushing, only 48 passing, 246 per game. Motion man behind the formation, and they fake it to him. And with the football, Suds Dubler, and Dubler makes a quick cut, and he has about 5 or 6 yards up near the 40-yard line. As
around the right side.
He faked the jet sweep, and Anthony Rowland made the tackle. Anthony quietly having a good season, third on the team with 39.5 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and a pair of interceptions.
Yeah, I think the Cats can pretty much defend passes man to man and really bring some of their secondary up a little bit. As you can see, Dubler is involved in just about every play, touches the ball every play.
Quarterback, Cavallette. And he's going to give to the deep back, Jasper, and Jasper fumbles the football. Let's see if Homer Center has it. I think Justin Walbeck jumped on that football. And
Michael Krajosik.
They're going to say Glendale, he was down, I guess.
Yeah.
At the 41-yard line.
Third down.
So they gain a yard to the 41, but they're faced with 3rd and 3. Homer Center's defense, Ward, they start 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and a sophomore. They allow 17.2 points a game, 101 yards rushing, 110 yards passing, 211 yards. That compares very favorably to last year's 326 per game.
Beautifully, yeah. And that front wall has been very good all year long.
3rd down and 3 ball favoring the right hash. Dubler in motion, quarterback going to keep it. He's hit and dropped for a loss. And with that football, it was it Cavallette? There's a flag on the play, too, and an injury to boot. A Glendale Viking is down as the ball carrier, Zeke Dubler, and he is on his stomach at the 39-yard line of Glendale. Let's see what the penalty is from Lou Idzotic. It's holding on Glendale. It's declined, so the Vikings will have 4th and 4, but their concern right now is Zeke Dubler, and the trainers are attending to him. We'll step out. 10:25 to play in the first quarter. Glendale facing a 4th and 4 when we return. We're scoreless early going here in the Singaway playoffs on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Mark, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. It is about time that I get back there.
And we'd like to invite your business to join our Hawks Booster Club.
That's right, back the best, the IUP Crimson Hawks, and help us sponsor the games for thousands of listeners on air and online. Check out the Crimson Hawks Sports Booster Plan, which is attached.
We come back, Zeke Dubler in a seated position now. He was really popped by Riley Clevenger, who dropped him for a loss and delivered a major collision to Dubler. And he's off the field walking under his own power, although gingerly.
Yeah, he's a vital player on both sides. Naturally, when you only dress the number of guys that they do, losing a player of his ability is huge. Nice job by Clever. They tried a little counter there to draw the defense to Suds Dubler, but Clevenger did not bite. Boy, he was right there and popped them good.
Their stats list Suds Dubler 7 punts and a 49.1 average. Although Michael Krajosik doesn't think he's going to punt it that far. He stands at his 35-yard line, which is only 25 yards from the line of scrimmage. And Michael watches it go over his head to the 25, to the 20. Boy, that's not good preparation there for Homer Center. As the stats say one thing, they line up something differently. and they give up a long 45-yard punt. His average 49.1.
Well, you know, we watched last week, and a lot of their punts were line drives where they kicked away from the return person and let the ball bounce, and that's exactly what happened. Even if Michael was another 10 yards deep, I don't think he could have caught that. So it's where it is, and that's where Homer will set up shop. We'll see now how their offense will work.
From their own 16 or 17-yard line, hard to tell. Scoreboard says 16, so we'll go with that. Cole McAnulty, I think another key tonight, they need to get him going on the ground.
Yes.
1st and 10, motion man is Zenizak, and they fake it to him, and Cole McAnulty doesn't get going that time. He gets up to the 15-yard line, so he's actually going to lose a yard as he starts from the shotgun. Homer Center's offense averaging 31.5 points a game. The tackle, by the way, made by Landon McGarvey.
Little slow developing, don't you think, Mark? It just didn't seem to have any pop to it.
Sidecar to the right of Cole is Troop, and Cole going to throw underneath to Michael Krajosik. Ducks under a would-be tackler, but good pursuit for the Vikings. Going to get up near the 20-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 to go. Back to the Wildcats statistically on offense, 236 yards rushing, 106 yards passing. They average 342 per game. They finished 2nd in the Heritage Conference after leading the conference most of the year offensively, but had trouble with that ground game the final 3 or 4 weeks of the season, not what we saw in the first 6. Cole looking to pass, going to fire deep downfield for Anthony Rowland, and he hauls it in at the Glendale 45-yard line. It hung out there, and he ran under it. Safety Gage Wright made the tackle. We'll see the replay on our video screen.
Yeah, as you can see it. Cole stepped back. I thought there might have been a little motion in the backfield, but no call.
Wildcats have the ball 1st and 10.
Nice job. Roland clearly had his man beat. That's what Homer's noted for. I'm surprised Glendale got burned on it.
1st and 10 from the 45, and they give it to Troop. Troop trying to bounce it outside, goes toward the Glendale sideline to the 40, and he's forced out of bounds, but not before he gets 6 or 7 yards. That pass play covering what, Jerry? 36 yards to Roland. Troy Masura on that tackle, a gain of 6 for
2nd down.
Colin Troop, who enters the game with 1,046 yards rushing on 174 attempts, 6-yard average, 16 touchdowns.
Big play there. Homer offense looked like it was sputtering, but that big play certainly turns things.
Cole takes the snap. Little bubble screen. Oh, and it's dropped by Anthony Rowland, and that ball should have been caught. Anthony probably would be the first one to tell you that.
He was running before he caught it, as you say, many, many times, and that hurt.
I like the play.
Yes, excellent.
He threw a good ball. Cole did right in the breadbasket of Rowland, but did not haul it in.
Yeah, he's given a pretty nice cushion. Now Noah Henry's way out here, and he's got easy 7 yards.
And he's going to throw deep for Rowland, running under it. He can't catch it at the 10-yard line, just slightly overthrown, and that'll bring up 4th down and 4.
McAnulty's pass falls incomplete.
If you'd have seen Noah Henry was down here.
Keep going.
Yeah, Noah was on the wide side. Rowland's in the slot. He just pointed to Rowland, to McAnulty, but look, he's open. He didn't even go out in the pattern.
4th down, Wildcats are going to go for it from the 39-yard line of Glendale. And Cole McAnulty throws an out pattern too tall for Krajosik, and the Wildcats are going to turn it over on downs with 8:32 to play in the first half. Well, Homer Center had opportunities. They just didn't execute.
I get a little concerned because you're having dropped passes, things of that, and that's lack of concentration, trying to do too much perhaps. Guys are open, and they're not executing, as you said, Mark, and that has allowed Glendale to get a little confidence now.
8:32 to play here in the first quarter. Glendale taking over at the 39-yard line. So instead of punting, the Wildcats go for it and come up short. That was not a good throw by Cole, by the way. It was too tall, and Glendale now confused offensively. they're going to take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break right with them. From our S&T Bank broadcast booth, relationship banking one customer at a time. Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night coverage continues. Glendale nothing, Homer Center nothing on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network. Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center.
Hi, Wildcat fans. This is Coach Greg.
We are back with you. Yeah, we want to thank the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for helping to offset the video stream fees. Quarterback Misora hands it off, and with the football hard-nosed running up near midfield and a first down is Suds Dubler. And it's going to be very close to a first down if he doesn't have one. And on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, as Dennis tries to find it on the chart, Landon Hill.
Yeah, and
going to be a yard short at the 48.
I thought this set you would get a steady dose of Suds Dubler after that first series. Now they may be going back to him. Boy, that was 9 yards, and that shows you how tough he is to bring down.
Twin receivers near side, and some conversation in the backfield. Misora, now it's Dubler at quarterback, and hits a little shuffle pass that they had a lot of success with last week. It goes for short yardage, but enough for a first down and into Homer Center territory. Suds Dubler to Justin Jasper.
Number 27, Justin
Walbeck, as I mentioned, making that tackle at the 48-yard line, but the team wearing blue and white is in enemy territory.
They moved it. That's a good call. You know, you're so concentrating on Dubler that little inside pitch works every time.
Zeke Dubler not in the lineup yet as he was injured. Toss left, and Suds Dubler is going to be hit in his own territory as a flag flies from Lou Exotic, and that's going to be a loss of 5 yards. Almost has to be holding.
Flag on the play.
And Lou Exotic says holding on Glendale. Let's see if the Wildcats take the loss or the penalty. The penalty from where the flag is would probably back them up inside the 40. So I think I'd take the penalty if the Wild. Well, so much for that, right? Looks like they're not going to take the penalty. They're going to take the 5-yard loss and the down. So it'll be second down and 15.
You got a lot of confidence in your defense when you do something like that. But again, nice pursuit that time by the defense on the toss. I was concerned about tosses on the wings because Dubler is so effective on those.
Troy Misora, extended tight end right, as a matter of fact, kind of double tights right. And now they have Gage right in motion, but they want to pass, pressure up the middle. Dubler trying to come near side, running away from that pressure, and he's hit as he throws incomplete. He was being harassed by Noah Henry and Justin Walbeck, and he had to unload the football. He's lucky he wasn't sacked back inside his own 40-yard line as the Wildcats brought the heat, led by Landon Hill and others, and he's elusive, Dubler is. By the way, his stats, 125 yards rushing. We witnessed him go over 1,000 last week in the victory over Penns Manor when he rushed for 152. He averages 8.3 points per carry, or yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. He has 10 receptions. They use him in a variety of ways. Right now, at the quarterback position is Troy Misora. And a timeout going to be called with 6:36. No, it's a delay of game unless they beat the delay of game and called a timeout first, and that's exactly what happened.
Timeout Vikings.
We're going to keep it here, so I want to get back to the wonderful support. And if you're watching the game down at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, hey, let me know who's down there watching because they went to bat. People don't know when you get to this level, you have broadcast rights fees. So we had to deliver 2 checks tonight, one for radio, the video streaming fee for District 6, is ridiculous. It's $400, and we had to pay that. And we had some great underwriting support from the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, along with the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club and the Club Savoy Sons of Italy. Quite frankly, without that kind of support, it becomes next to impossible to provide this kind of coverage because your fee is double that for color analysts.
Really? I wonder where it's at. I never said, Denny, did you get my checks?
But no, that's
yeah, well, I agree,
aside.
Mark. It's a shame that this is a nice thing to be able to bring to the public, and you got to pay a fortune just to get it on.
3rd down and 15. And Missouri going to flip it to Dubler. He wants to run the halfback option pass. Wildcats have it covered. He throws, and it is dropped underneath at the Wildcat 45-yard line by Gage Wright. Good defense. The Wildcats, we'll see a replay on our booth here, but the Wildcats stayed home. They weren't fooled. They brought Dubler from, I think, the receiver left position. Let's see where he comes from as we watch it. He's going to line up to punt as we look out the window. Yeah, he comes from a split receiver left, and Missouri took the direct shotgun snap and then flipped it to Dubler, but the Wildcats did a great job. 4th down, Dubler to punt. And he gets the kick away, and he kicks away from Krajosic, lands inside the 20, takes a big roll, and the Wildcats are going to be in another hole inside their own 5-yard line. You have to do a better job fielding these punts, even if you have to put two guys back. 49 yards, no return.
If you saw the punt, you saw again a line drive kicked away from Krajosic. Nothing he could do. Once it's by him, it just rolled to the fence, as they do in baseball. And I agree, Mark. You got to put another guy back there to prevent that.
Would you kick it right to Krajosic?
Well, absolutely not. And when you have that whole field and a kid as talented as Dubler, he's doing exactly what they designed, to kick it away from him on the line. He can't get to it.
Looks like the ball is at the 4-yard line.
Well, Wildcats got to get the run going now. They've got to start establishing their big backs, and haven't done that quite yet.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Wildcats, Cole McAnulty stands in his own end zone, takes the shotgun snap, hands it off, and a big hole, and Colin Troop runs through that hole to the 10, to the 15, tight ropes his way up the left sideline over the 30-yard line.
Number 18, Colin
That's
Troop.
what I'm talking about right
Down
there.
the left side.
Look at that
First
hole.
down, Wildcats.
Logan Cree on the tackle for the Vikings, but a gain from the 4 to the 33.
Nice
That's
job by
29
Isaiah
yards.
Bentz there. He sealed off his man, and that allowed that hole to open up. Once you get Logan in, or you get Colin in that secondary, he's a load.
Colin Troop takes another handoff. They clog it up the middle. He bounces it outside, but Vikings do a good job of stringing it out. Good lateral pursuit. And in front of their own bench, they tackle him for a loss back at about the 31-yard line. Troy Masura on that stop. The left cornerback came up. So, again, I think these teams have gone to school. It started with River Valley. And let's see where it is. We'll pay attention to how many guys they're putting in the box and how they're jamming it up and not respecting maybe the pass as much. Homer Center, last 4 games of the regular season, averaged slightly over about 120 yards rushing. We were used to much more in the first 6 weeks. Cole McAnulty boots to his left. Colin Troop picks up a defender, and the pass is dropped again by Anthony Rowland.
McAnulty's pass falls
I mean, he was hit as he's catching it, but I'm sure Anthony would say, I should have had that one too.
Caught it in the chest. They always tell you don't allow the ball to hit the chest because his shoulder pads come down to that area and it bounces right off of them. That's what looked like happened there.
Pretty well thrown ball by Cole McAnulty.
That's the ball you got to catch. I'm sure Anthony's not happy with himself.
3rd down, and he'll make it 12. So the Wildcats have been their own worst enemy. Plays have been there. They just haven't made them. 3rd down and a dozen. Cole with pressure up the middle. He's going to he's going to tuck it away. Cole trying to come near side. Fumbles the football. It's loose. And I think Glendale has it at the Wildcat 30-yard line. And the Wildcats
1st and 10.
not playing like they enjoyed the break.
That was the concern. We did talk about it. There is that tendency to get a little bit lackadaisical, lose your mojo, as I call it, and boy, that's just an unforced error. And the turnovers again or something, that the only thing that can keep Glendale in his ball game are things like that. And right now, they're in 4-down territory.
At the Homer Center 29-yard line. Did you see who recovered that, Dennis? Suds Dubler.
Does it all, doesn't he?
Glendale's already used 2 timeouts. They have Missouri at quarterback. Keep in mind they lost one of their key players, Zeke Dubler, and he is a good player, younger brother of Suds. Missouri hands it off to Suds. Suds trying to bounce it outside, and he has running room to the 25-yard line. Still on his feet, spinning around inside the 25, down to about the 22 or 23-yard line.
Tackled by a host of Wildcats.
I'll tell
on
you.
the tackle for Homer Center, Mason Bell.
Gain of about 6
Bell,
on the play.
the number 2 leading tackler on this team with 52.5 tackles, 34
Mason
solo,
Bell leading the charge for
37
defense.
assists. Second down 4.
Zeke Dubler's number 21, and he's out there.
Is he out there again?
I saw him on that far side. He's a wide out in most of the formations, but I'm almost certain I see him on the far side.
Yeah, I thought that was 27, but I think you're right. It is 21. We'll double check it.
Well, anyway, Wildcats got some work to do.
Pistol back, option right, pitch to Dubler. Dubler to the 20-yard line, first down, and Wildcats want to hold, and now there's a flag coming in late. Did the Wildcats force him out too hard?
It could be. It was a late flag, and they knocked him out of bounds. I didn't see that. We'll check the replay. Coach Page is not happy, so that must be against the Wildcats.
It is a personal foul on the Wildcats. We'll probably get a replay of this. Oh, he didn't. Okay, no replay. But the Vikings, on a personal foul on Homer Center, are going to have a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
There's such a thing as being too good of a host, and right now the Wildcats are doing just that.
Vikings will have the ball.
Giving Glendale an opportunity that the very thing that I said they can't allow happen, they have allowed to happen. They've given Glendale some confidence, and that's not a good thing.
Vikings have Gage Wright deployed as a receiver left. Missouri under center, they go with a wishbone look. And they hand it off to Logan Cree, and knifing across is Vinny Taglietti to make the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats. I don't know that he gained a yard. As a matter of fact, I think he lost a yard.
Hey, keep in mind, Cavallette is a good kicker, a place kicker. He kicked the field goal last week, so that's always a possibility here. So,
36-yarder
indemnity here.
36-yarder to be exact. Against Penn's Manor. 7 seconds into the second quarter.
Got to stop the forward momentum.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and goal from the 9. Missouri, they want to run the option left. He trips, goes down. He wanted to pitch it to Suds Dubler. Wildcats took it away.
Mason Bell.
You know, Missouri running the Q spot now. 2 rushes this year entering the game. 69 yards, pretty good average.
Nice job by Mason to go out on Suds and force Missouri in. That's how you defend that little option pitch.
I saw a game at Heinz Field, Pitt and Clemson, where Pitt picked off the option pitch and took it the distance. Twin receivers to the right, Gage right, and they give to Dubler around the right end. Hit by Clevenger, shakes that tackle, gets inside the 5, fumble the football. Homer Center has it this time. As Michael Yount jumped on that football, unless they're going to rule that he was down.
That was clearly out, I think, Mark, and that was Mason Bell from behind that popped.
We're going to have a good view on our replay here. As he got down to the 5.
It'll be 4th down.
That ball was out. Wow. The officials missed that one. We have the benefit of the replay in the booth, and that was a fumble.
How could they miss that?
Unbelievable.
The player was up. He was standing up when he got hit.
4th down and 4.
Holy smokes.
And Missouri to Dubler. Maybe they're going to call for a video replay up in the booth, and we can tell them, guys, you blew that call badly. Timeout on the field with 2:20 to play in the first quarter. On an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night, it's Homer Center nothing, Glendale nothing. Glendale 4th and goal from the 4 when we return on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
I'm State Senator Joe Pittman, wishing all our student athletes and their families every success on the gridiron. Friday Night Lights are always exciting, and I recognize how important it is for our students to be involved in activities, whether it be in athletics or the performing arts. These have been challenging times, and I salute not only all of our students, but also all who guide them, on and off the gridiron. And I wish all of our hometown teams the best of luck this season.
Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the Greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City. Left to Dubler, trying to get to the goal line, and he puts his head down, fights, and he gets in for a touchdown for Glendale. Wildcats hit him. He shook off a tackle attempt and takes it into the end zone, and with 2:13 to play in the first quarter, Glendale strikes first. They capitalize on the Cole McAnulty fumble. It's 6-0 Vikings. Backed his way in.
He just twists and turns. He's hard to get a clear shot at. You know, he just doesn't let you bring him down. And the Wildcats are in for a fight now. That's the thing you didn't want to do. There's a flag now. Not sure what this is.
Looks like illegal participation.
That's
Do they have 12? Let's see how many guys they have on the field. 5, 6,
That's what
7,
the signal is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only see 11.
Illegal substitution on the Vikings.
Somebody come in and somebody after they broke huddle, maybe. That's the only thing I know.
What do you think that makes up for the missing?
I knew that was coming. Fan says that's not a makeup.
Well, the PAT team on the field, long snapper is Mason Peterson, holder Missoura, Cavallette, 10 of 11 this year. The right-footed soccer-style kicker, plenty of leg, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Teams come upfield.
Kick is good.
Luther Ford drive summary, 5 plays, 29 yards. It took 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Luther Ford Lincoln, open 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Indiana County's Ford leader, open 24/7. On the website at lutherford.com. Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night coverage continues with the score. Homer Center trailing Glendale 7-0 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
The Wildcat football parents would like to thank these sponsors. Brenda Broadcasting, Representative Jim Struzzi.
I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today.
7-0. Glendale, they capitalize on the Homer Center turnover. Homer Center going to get the ball back.
Well, they better do something with it, too, because Glendale started to get old Mo on their side.
Cavallette approaches the ball. It's a line drive kick, fielded nicely by Zenizak at the 38-yard line, and Zenizak up to about the 45, where the Wildcats with 2:08 remaining here in the first quarter, trailing 7-0.
Wildcats 45, first and 10.
Who's on that tackle, Dennis?
Numbers 54, we don't have one.
54 might be Lucas Tarno again, if he got his jersey fixed from last week. The Wildcats will have it at the 45. While we have a moment, again, we have a media timeout. We're in good shape, so we're going to keep it right here. We had the injury earlier and the extended timeout there. So I want to say hello to the guys listening. Guys, a shout out at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Jerry Shatorik, Red Della Fura, Sticky and Jay Lawson. There's a name from the
some
former Wildcats,
Sticky.
right? His son played. The Cribbs family, the Winklemans, Julie Flowers. She's in charge of a Thanksgiving dinner that they do at the Coral Grayston Fire Hall, too, that we'll be sharing with listeners. I'm sure Todd Marino will have her as a guest. Of course, my nephew Evan Burdick down there, Matt Jones and others, they're enjoying pizza and refreshments. We'll leave it at that.
Probably not enjoying this game right now.
Yeah,
though.
probably not enjoying the game at this point. But again, we say thank you, Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Also, the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. We salute the 11 and 12-year-old undefeated Bears team. We have El Presidente, Adam Marshall, to our immediate right. And also the Club Savoy Sons of Italy. Saw John Darnley in your old stomping grounds, the elementary gym, the other night. And I said, can you help us out? And he said, hey, that's community service. We have to get the stream out there for Wildcat Nation. We know we have listeners in Greece, right? Romelos Stokos.
Yeah.
We have people on airplanes. We have people everywhere.
Let's get them cheering here. Let's see if this offense can get going. Get out of its own way.
Landon Hill in the backfield, and they're going to give on a jet to Michael Krajosic. Krajosic zigging and zagging, and Logan creams Krajosic after a 1-yard gain from the 45 to the 46. That's a play that continues to really struggle for Homer Center. Very limited success on that jet sweep.
Maybe once this year that play has worked, and it's just not blocked well, and Mike kind of slowed down and he wanted to cut up, just didn't do it quick enough.
2nd down and 9 for the Cats. Jumping off sides is the right defensive end, and that is on Ethan Cavallette. So it's a shame for Homer Center because they thought they had the ball back on the play that was a clear fumble and a blown call by the officials. Michael Yunt pounced on it. We couldn't believe it, right?
No, it was an obvious fumble. It wasn't like it was on the bottom of a pile. He was still running when the ball popped out, and Mason Bell just came in and plugged it out of his hands.
From the 49 after the 5-yard mark off on the Vikings. 1:20 to play, clock moving here in the first quarter. Glendale leading 7-0. Give to Landon Hill. Landon to the 45-yard line. I think he's going to have enough for a first down. He's going to get a generous spot from the line judge because I don't think he had the 45-yard line, and that's where they put the ball down. So there's a mini break for Homer Center.
They got to keep it rolling now. That's the thing. They've been kind of sputtering out.
Glendale's defense allows 20.7 points per game. No other defensive numbers available for the Vikings. I reached out to the Altoona Mirror, and they just really didn't have anything that was helpful. But they average about 21 on both sides of the ball. There's the read option. Cole going to keep it. Cole to the secondary, to the 35, to the 30, to the 29-yard line. And that's the what we like to see for Homer Center. Dylan Pennington on the tackle for the Vikings.
As you said, Mark, you got to get him more involved. You can see why, because they're keying on those running backs.
1st and 10. Hard count, Cole. Now they going to look over at the bench and head coach Greg Page in his 15th season. He and offensive coordinator Mike Garone signal a play in. Cole McAnulty rushed for 164 yards in the first 4 weeks of the season, only 83 since. In 6 games.
Very reluctant to run the ball.
Big hole off the right side. Landon Hill gallops inside to 25 down to about the 23-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6 for Landon. Landon and Colin Troop do a good job of spelling one another. Landon Hill, 122 rushes, 677 yards, a 5.5 average, 8 touchdowns. Gage Wright, the safety, came up to meet him as the first quarter comes to a close. Well, Glendale, they score the only touchdown, capitalizing on a Homer Center touchdown. Thanks to friends of Jim Struzzi for presenting the first quarter. We're coming back with second quarter action on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network. 7-0 Glendale.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
Hi, Wildcat fans. This is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City area.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained.
Cole McAnally takes the shotgun snap from Aiden Bikina, and zigzagging his way right up the middle is Landon Hill. Justin Jasper made the tackle for the
first down.
Vikings inside linebacker, senior, 6'1", 195.
Boy, the deep slant, Denny was telling me, watch his linebacker way up. That deep slant's open for Krajosik if they want to go there. Right now they're moving well enough on the ground. I'd stay away from it.
New set of downs for the Wildcats at the Glendale 18-yard line. Justin Walbeck in the backfield is the fullback. Pistol back is Hill. Hill bouncing it to the 15-yard line. Still on his feet, and they finally force him out of bounds. Logan Cree, I think it was, near side. That time, Logan kind of punished, I think, Suds Dubler. He gets all the way to the 11-yard line.
He's a really tough runner, and as I said, both these guys when they're in the secondary are really tough to bring down.
Gain of 6 for Landon Hill. Football resting at the 12-yard line. Advantage Glendale in the PAT department. They have an excellent kicker. Homer Center has struggled big time on special teams all season long. Pistol back is Landon Hill. Walbeck still in there as the fullback, and Landon gets the call, cuts it up, and a flag is down on the ground at the 11-yard line. Down to about the 6 goes Landon Hill. The flag is at the 11, and let's see what this penalty is all about.
I'll tell you what it's about, Mark.
This is the crew that Homer Center had problems with, or at least part of it, and it's holding on Homer Center.
Holding against the Wildcats.
In the Muncie game, and that is marking off the football is the umpire, Randy Sell. So Lou Idzotic
will have the ball, 2nd and 14 from the 22.
Telling the coaches from Homer Center back on the field. I don't know, John, do we have a replay? We do not have a replay of that, but a quick hold called. You just start to wonder after a while.
Go get him, Coach! Go get him!
Yeah, Coach Page was trying to stay calm down there, but he just couldn't.
They backed the football up from the spot of the foul to the 23-yard line. Last week at Glendale, the officials were, and I don't know, we didn't have replays, holds, no holds, but 19 penalties, that's just absurd.
That is.
You just ruined the flow of the game.
Yeah, the game was just terrible because of that.
2nd down and 14. Cole McAnally fakes the pitch, and he's hit blindsided. And making a nice defensive play was Britton Spangle, 5'11", 215-pound junior, number 3 on their team with 56 tackles. And he kind of knifed across from his defensive tackle position and actually beat tags. Just didn't get enough of them.
Nope.
So the Wildcats bogging down 90 seconds into this second quarter after the holding penalty. Backs them up to the 24, make it the 23-yard line. They have a 3rd down and 15. Receiver right is Michael Krajosik, and Cole McAnally takes the snap, slant in pattern, and it's hauled in. Touchdown, Homer Center. Michael Krajosik, his 6th touchdown reception of the season, and the Wildcats are within a point with 10:09 to play. They overcome the penalty, and they make it 7-6. on the 23-yard hookup. Cole McAnaldy's 9th touchdown pass of the season.
You know, there's a good job. Denny Mester called that, by the way. But it was a good job on looking to this, just a quick little head turn to the left by McAnaldy, and that opened that slant wide open for Krajosik. Beautiful throw, and Homer's kicking.
And the snap is down by Rowland, and Krajosik is now perfect, 6 for 6 in the PAT department, and credit the long snapper, Riley Clevenger. So the Wildcats have tied things up here. Beautiful pass from Cole McAnaldy to Michael Krajosik with 10:09 to play in the first half on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night. It's Homer Center 7 and the Glendale Vikings 7 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to...
And I think Homer Center was offside.
Flag on the play.
Well, that's bad because they already hit squibs, so they're going to be back 5 more yards and try to squib that. And that's going to set Glendale up with great field position unless he can kick it to where they ain't.
I want to say hello to Chris Graham.
Yes, Chris.
Listening and watching from Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you, Chris says, to the Boosters, Club Savoy, and Coral Grayston Sportsman's Club. It's Grayston Coral, but I'll give you a pass, Chris. He says thank you to those guys for making the video stream possible. He loves it.
So it's Grayston Coral because you come to Grayston first and then you go
Well,
to Coral.
no, the club is in Grayston. The fire hall is in Coral. Hence, Coral Grayston Firemen.
Oh, that's a little history I didn't know. See?
Line drive kick. 26-yard line. It is Suds Dubler trying to bounce it outside. Now he cuts it back and he runs into a lot of black jerseys. And the Vikings are going to take over at about their 37 or 38-yard line.
Big series here, I think, Mark. I think Homer needs to steal the momentum back now. They scored. Still not real consistent in what they're doing, although it was a little better. But now they got to stuff the Glendale offense here.
37-yard line. Mason Bell, the kicker, made that tackle for Homer Center. Video stream tonight on the WCCS Facebook page and YouTube channel. Your choice. You can find it either way. And word that is not 21. I think it's 27. Connor Kapushnik. And they run that shuffle pass again, and the Wildcats drop Jasper for a loss. Back at the 36-yard line. They're going to lose a yard. Well defended by Homer Center.
Second down.
Let's see who made that tackle as we watch the video stream replay.
Pretty sure it was Justin Wallback, but let's see here.
Landon Hill.
Landon Hill.
Tackle by number 8, Landon Hill.
He is so good at that position out there.
Landon Hill. 9.5 tackles for losses, make it 10.5. Second on the team. Give to Suds Dubler, nothing doing. They're going to lose another yard or two as the Wildcats come to life. And Riley Clevenger shot the gap for the second time and led the charge defensively. And they lose another yard back to the 35-yard line.
3rd and 12.
10 to play here in the first half. We're knotted up at 7.
Nice job again. It looks like the Cats are starting to shake a little of that extra week off rust, and they're getting back into the flow now.
They reposition Gage Wright as a receiver to the right. Near side, I think that's Cree, and Masora throws underneath to Suds Dubler, and Riley Clevenger has Suds. And he's going to flush him down the drain for no gain.
That was a good series. That was a very good series. Everybody was where they were supposed to be, and they made sure tackles.
Take his legs off!
Dubler breaks that tackle. He's probably going to get a first down, even though there's people around him. He's just good a runner in the open field.
Well, let's see if the Wildcats can field a punt. They still deploy just Michael Krajosik, who is much deeper, stands at his own 25-yard line.
Yeah, and again, Dubler is the punter. You always got to be aware of that.
And he gets the kick away, line drive kick. Krajosik bounces off his hand, and he gets a break, and it went off of a Glendale defender in Petushnik, and Michael Krajosik got it back.
And he's saying, wow. Thank goodness.
34-yard punt, dangerous for Homer Center.
Tried to short hop it, bounced up into his chest, right to the Glendale defender. Fortunately, he was unable to handle it. That ball was kicked so hard.
Fans, since 2009, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville has been there for you and your family. With convenient access, Urgicare is open 7 days a week from 8 to 8 with seamless access to the main IRMC campus if you need it. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Old Route 22 in Blairsville. Enough with the waiting game. Get out, and get in, get out, get better. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville. Noah Henry in the backfield leading the way for Colin Troop up the left sideline of the 45 to the 50. And a gain of about 20 yards or so for Colin Troop. And the Wildcats' big H-back, Noah Henry, was leading the way as a fullback that time. Dylan Pennington made the tackle for the Vikings.
Big play. It was a 53 defense, 5 down, 3 in the secondary, and as soon as he busted that line of scrimmage, he was off to the races. Nice job, Colin Troop.
From their own 49-yard line, Homer Center. Same formation, give to Troop from one side of the 50 to the other, and that's about all. He's going to get to the 49-yard line of the Vikings, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 to go. Landon McGarvey on the tackle, a freshman, 6'1", 185.
Kind of gave up on his lead block that time, tried to cut it to the right. No dice.
7:30, clock moving here in the second quarter, knotted up at 7. Homer Center will get the ball to start the second half. Slot receiver Zenizak. Right boundary down below us is Michael Krajosik. Up top, Anthony Rowland. And Cole going to throw, and it's Zenizak hauling it in underneath at the 35-yard line, fighting, and he goes down at the 33. Austin Zenizak, his 10th reception of the season. He turned around, and the ball was right there. It was Petushnik looking for my, there it is. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I was pronouncing his name right.
Yeah, you got
Petushnik.
it. Nice job by Zenizak, though. He caught the ball into his body, into his lower body, their stomach, held on tight, and then fought for that extra yard or two. People love that.
1st and 10 from
4 down territory, Mark.
Glendale 34-yard lines where they put it down. Sidecar to the right of Cole McAnulty is senior running back Colin Troop. And he takes the handoff, and Glendale's going to drop him for a yard loss as Suds Dubler and some others.
Troop up the middle.
Read that nicely. Dylan Pennington also in there on the tackle.
They're coming hard off the weak side, away from the ball, where the ball's going, and they're catching them.
2nd down.
Dubler's fast.
Out of town scoreboard. Juniata Valley leading Conemaugh Valley 15-6 in the second quarter. Bishop Guilfoyle leading Purchase Line 19-0 in the first quarter.
Ooh.
Double A, Richland leads Bellwood Annis 28-6. There's a slant in, and it's almost intercepted by Masura. That time he was right stride for stride with Michael Krajosik, and it'll be 3rd down and 11. But I like the concepts that Homer Center's using in the passing game.
Well, that's where the opening is. That slant is there. That time Masura played it beautifully, though. He stayed right with him, stepped up, almost had a pick.
Homer Center, Glendale, the winner of this game, will play the winner of Guilfoyle. Adam, if you want to know the score, first quarter, Guilfoyle 19, Purchase Line nothing.
They're going to put Krajosik in the slot with Zenizak on the wide side.
They have twins up top, so it's a 2-by-2 formation here for Homer Center. Noah Henry and Rowland. And There's the pass to Krajosic, makes a little move, gets inside to 30, and look out, right sideline, 20, 15, 10. He's heading toward Mrs. Renoski's house. Get out, a drink, Mrs. Renoski, and hand it to Michael Krajosic, his second touchdown pass reception of the night. That time the catch and run, and with 5:50 to play in the first half, it's 13-7 Homer Center.
We say all along, you get him in space, he's dangerous. If he catches that ball, watch what he does here. A nice hard pass. Oh, that was the other one.
That was the wrong replay there.
But he is so dangerous, and he's hard to bring down, and now he's going to try to kick another one.
The point after team is on the field. Riley Clevenger, long snapper, and Anthony Rowland, the holder, and the kick is over the bar. Didn't go over by much, but it doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
It was down Broadway, and the Wildcats drive
Glendale
70 yards for a touchdown, and it's 14-7. Wildcats coming to life on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night. 14-7 Homer Center over at Glendale on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
0.
Oh, is he?
Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the Greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City. Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center.
Onside squib kick, and it's taken by Gage Wright, and they're not Gage Wright, it's 34, not 31. That is Jacob Lucart. There was that onside kick. They were trying to find that gap board with only 4 on that front line.
Vikings
almost did it.
1st and 10.
But the downside is the ball's on the 48 of Glendale, which is way too good a field position. Yeah, I could see Zeke Dubler over there on the bench for them, so he doesn't appear to be ready to come in yet. He's standing, but I don't think he's going to be able to play.
So from their own 48-yard line, and the pass out in the flat and breaking a tackle. I think that's Logan Cree on the far side of the field, going to be a short gain. It is Cree.
Pass taken by number 12, Logan Cree.
Nice job by Cree to avoid the first tackle, but a great job by the Wildcats to close in. I'm trying to see in the replay who that was.
Drive summary for Luther Ford. 6 plays, 70 yards. Took 2 minutes, 12 seconds, picked up 3 first downs, converted a 3rd and 11. Wildcats' first touchdown was a 3rd and 15. Homer Center this year, entering tonight's game, 54 of 121 for 45% on 3rd down.
That was a big one. Got the Wildcats ahead. Now see if they can hang on.
2nd down, 9 to go. And Missoura looking to pass, dancing around in the pocket, looked uncomfortable, quite frankly. And he throws an errant toss incomplete, intended for Cree, so it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings.
Yeah, they had very little success throwing the football against the Comets last week, and they rotated so many quarterbacks. It was difficult to decide who might be their best option. They're going with Missoura right now, but he is not doing much.
Missoura this year entered the game 7 of 23 for 89 yards. Sutz Stubler in there right now, and they're going to give on a reverse to Cree. Cree going to be tackled for a loss in his own backfield, and guess who? Landon Hill in there for Homer Center. I mentioned entering the game tied for 2nd with 9.5 tackles for a loss. He has 2 tonight, and now he's closing in Isaiah Bentz. He is the team leader with 12. And Landon Hill continues to blossom this season right in front of our eyes.
Beautiful play.
Vikings have to punt it away again.
Critical that he stayed home. He did, and he just made the tackle on top of it.
Suds Dubler, floating kick over the head of Krajosic, and Michael saying, I can't win. I go deep, and he kicks it short, and I come a little bit up, and he kicks it over my head. And the punt, we should have immediate timeout on the field, and we will take one with them. With 4:51 to play in the first half. Homer Centers bounce back after trailing 7-0 after one. They now lead 14-7 on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night. 4:51 to play in the first half on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
I'm State Senator Joe
was it, Jerry?
wishing all our student athletes and their families every success on the gridiron. Friday night lights are always exciting, and I recognize how important it is for our students to be involved in activities, whether it be in athletics or the performing arts. These have been challenging times, and I salute not only all of our students, but also all who guide them, on and off the gridiron. And I wish all of our hometown teams the best of luck this season.
Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center. Brenda Media says thank you to the club's.
From Suds Dubler, no return, so the Wildcats pinned deep again. We're at their own 12.
Yeah, they got to take advantage of that size advantage up front.
Landon Hill in the backfield, but Cole McEnaldy's going to keep it. Cole from the 12 to about the 16-yard line. Suds Dubler on the tackle.
Suds number 3, Suds Dubler.
Does it on both sides of the ball and on special teams, if you didn't notice. Number 2 on the team with 57 tackles, 3 sacks, and a couple of interceptions.
Homer resting their backs. Troop has 6 carries, and Hill has 4. They're getting a fair share, but they're not carrying it a lot.
2-by-2 set here for the Wildcats. Receivers to the left and right of Cole McEnaldy, but he hands it off up the middle. And running room for first down yardage is Landon Hill. He doesn't want to go down. Look at the effort from the sophomore as he punished Troy Masura, I think it was, as he came through the hole and gets up over the 25-yard line. I'm going to see if that was Masura on the replay here. He ran through a lineman tackle, and then Cree hit him. And I guess it was Cree, number 12, not number 2. But some outstanding running by Hill either way. Wildcats lead 14-7, 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Cole McEnaldy hands it off to Hill. Nice low tackle by Justin Jasper, the inside linebacker who shot the gap, and if not for Jasper, we may be watching Hill run right by our S&T Bank broadcast booth.
Hole was there, but Jasper, to his credit, from the backside, knifed through and made a nice ankle tag. You don't see that too often.
Don't forget, we're going to be giving away a Bruno's one-topping pizza to the first caller at some point in this football game. Michael, you'll have to remind me what number you want me to hand out on our giveaway here. I'm not sure what lines you're using tonight. Here's a little pass out in the flat to Hill. Hill, another first down as he gets over the 35 up to about the 38-yard line.
First down, Wildcats.
And for the Glendale Vikings, Troy Masura came up from his cornerback position to drop Hill, but another first down for Homer Center as they move it from the 12 to the 38.
Nice throw and catch there again. Just get it out to the, it's like a long lateral, and Hill did a nice job of catching that ball and then turning it upfield. Big first down. You'd love to drive, score, and eat the clock up.
12-yard gain on that pass. Cole McEnaldy hands it off to Hill. This time they clog it up, but he breaks a tackle and backs his way with superb effort to the 43-yard line for 5 more. Looked like he was going to be dropped right near the line of scrimmage. Dylan Pennington made the tackle.
Yeah, you don't tie his legs up, he's going to drive on you. Look at him out there telling him, hurry up with that play. Come on, we got to get going.
2.5 minutes left in the first half. It's 14-7 Homer Center. Cole McAnulty, read option, wants to keep it. And they have Cole making the tackle. Landon McGarvey, the freshman, going to lose a yard or two back to the 41-yard line. And a timeout called by Homer Center. 2:12 to play here in the first half. IRMC Playoff Sports Night coverage continues with the score: Homer Center 14 and the Glendale Vikings 7 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
It's high school football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
14. Winber over Westinghouse, 13-7. West Shamokin Portage tied at 19. How about that?
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Shamokin's been playing pretty well.
3rd down, 7 for the Cats. Ball on the right hash. Wide side of the field toward the Glendale bench. And Cole McAnulty looks that way. He's going to throw deep down the left sideline, and it's going to be picked off at the 25-yard line. That's step-for-step coverage with Anthony Rowland. And intercepting that football
was it by number 31,
Gage Wright, I believe, on the interception.
He had great position.
His second interception of the season.
He read the ball, read the play, was inside. There's no way Rowland could get around him to break it up.
I'm going to see if John can give us that replay one more time. I'm curious if anybody was open underneath, because we've witnessed a few times where Cole doesn't look off the primary receiver. Here's Zenizak breaking. Well, he was covered, so he went with what he thought was the best option, and it backfired. Glendale at their own 25-yard line, and coming near sideline is Suds Dubler, and Suds is thrown out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Tackled out of bounds by number 44.
So far, the Cats have done a pretty good job of keeping Suds from getting to that corner and making some big noise, because we saw him last week do that. He's dangerous when he gets in the open field.
Glendale faced now with a second down and 8.
The Cats still trying to get their offense consistent enough. They're they go along and then they hit a little bump and it kind of takes them off.
That was one of the things Coach Page talked about on the pregame show. Finishing drives and consistency. Here's Missouri rolling to his right, and the Wildcats apparently, well, I thought they had him bottled up, and there's a hold. Maybe that's the reason he was sprung there for a few yards as he got around the right end in front of the Glendale bench. Let's see if we can pick it up, and yeah, it's going to be on Justin Jasper, and they're going to back up Glendale with 1:15 left here in the first half. Homer Center leading 14-7. The Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half.
This is the one downside of the offense of Glendale, is they don't have a real potent passing attack. They need to be able to mix in a few passes on this situation. I don't think you're going to see that, though. They're going to just try to bust Dubler open somehow.
Holding backs them up to, looks like about the 12-yard line.
You keep in mind the Wildcats do receive the second half kickoff, so.
I just said that, Mr. Hill.
Oh, you did? Well, I got to pay more attention.
Second down and 22 for Glendale, and boy, that looked like motion.
Sure did.
And no call, and with the football not going anywhere. Let's see if that's Dubler or Masura. See who gets up off the bottom of the pile. It's Suds Dubler, and a timeout called by
behind the line
Homer Center. we'll take one with them as we look at the replay. Good defense
Timeout,
from Homer Center.
Wildcats.
I'm not sure who that was hanging on at the bottom of the pile. Noah Henry.
Noah Henry.
It was. Timeout called by Homer Center with 68 seconds left in the first half. Scoreboard
Henry on the
reads
tackle.
Homer Center 14 and the Glendale Vikings 7. And you're listening to Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff Sports Night coverage right here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
I'm Shannon Lutniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Wildcat fans, this is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
Third down and 23 for the Vikings. And going to be a handoff, and the Wildcats stop them after a short gain, and the Cats quick timeout. I think that was Justin Jasper on the carry. And the Wildcats defended
Jasper
it.
on the carry.
They need to put, as you said, and I agree, another
timeout
punt returner back here. They get excellent field position.
Hey, I want to say thank you to Rich Turk. Rich Turk, one of the Bears coaches on the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club midget football team. They were undefeated, and he's doing us a favor tonight, running a phantom clock for us. And we added that for the playoffs for our video stream. And you see it on our monitor board. It says 102, 104 on the board. Close enough, but it's because we have 2 clocks going. You have this official scoreboard clock, and I'm sure Rich is probably right, Todd Shirley over there. But the Wildcats will take the extra 2 seconds. So 104 officially, but for the viewers, it's very, very close. And there you see the scoreboard. Thank you, Zachary Vogt, our videographer upstairs on our main camera. We have the remote camera that John Smathers is operating as well that provides some excellent views. And back to receive this punt is not Krajosik, it's Zenizak. And he stands at the 45-yard line, and hopefully Michael is okay.
He's out there. I think he's there. He's going to try to block this.
And the snap a little bit low. They do get the kick away, and Zenizak takes it, fumbles it, and I think let's see, it's still loose. Now Glendale has it at the 45-yard line, I think. I hope I'm wrong from Homer Center's perspective. And let's see. Officials say Glendale ball, I do believe. So the Wildcats have left it on the turf a few times here tonight. The officials still conferring.
I'm not sure why they're
replay.
conferring.
The ball was all over the place. Rowland had a chance at it. It squirted free, and then it looked like Logan Cree came up with the ball clearly.
Well, he did, but there was a Wildcat behind him that kind of reached under him and maybe pulled that ball out. I don't know.
Inadvertent whistle on the loose ball, though the chains are set up for Glendale ball. Jerry on the punt. 35 yards.
22-yard punt.
22-yard punt. Jerry Rossi, our statistician. Quick Stats brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank.
Boy, the Wildcats have had the case of the dropsies here this first half. They've dropped a couple of passes right in their hands and punts.
32-yard punt officially.
And
now, you know what? I think they're going to do a do-over here, Ward.
If there was an inadvertent whistle, that's what the crowd up here is, some ex-officials say that that's the rule. They're going to re-kick it, which is a break for Homer Center.
Yeah, some fans down below are saying, you got to be kidding me, but the Wildcat fans should be happy, not upset.
Should be very happy, yes.
The Wildcats got a break. The ball should belong, quite frankly, to Glendale. Well, I'm sure Spank Trexler, their head coach, is beside himself.
I see him over there. And
it should be Glendale ball. But an inadvertent whistle gives Homer Center a break, and Michael Krajosik is now back to receive the punt again.
I'll tell you, he's kicking these things on a line, and those things are moving.
57 seconds on the scoreboard clock. The long snapper is Mason Peterson. Suds Dubler stands near his own goal line. 57 seconds left. Homer Center leading 14-7. And the snap is true. He gets the kick away, heading toward Krajosik. Takes it at the 44 to the 40 to the 35. Flag flies. There's some extracurricular activity. And now they throw down Krajosik. And the Wildcat coaching staff is beside themselves. And
there's another flag further up the field. They drove him back 10 yards at least.
Well, let's look at it here. At the 32-yard line. And they have him up around the face mask, too. And they fling him down at the 43-yard line.
What game are you watching?
So now they'll sort out the penalties. Let's see what Lou Idzotic says. They have the football down at the 35 because that was forward progress. 2 penalties.
Do it again.
On Homer Center. Holding on Homer Center. I'm not sure what the
blindside block.
Blindside block. Is that the signal?
That's what they're announcing here. We got a couple of officials that are scoring these officials up here.
Well, right now I'd hate to see their report card. It would look like mine in 9th grade under Mrs. Hilliard.
I doubt if you had a bad report card.
So blindside block is declined. Holding is accepted.
And unnecessary roughness is factored out, I guess.
Holding on the Wildcats.
13 yards, he goes back to 11 to 13 yards.
Will have the ball
based on our replay. So where's the whistle?
We're down to 45 seconds. Craziness.
I like to do a little swing pass out here. Try to get Colin on this horse.
From their own 47-yard line, let's play some football. Wide side of the field toward the Glendale bench, and Cole with pressure coming up the middle floats it out there, and Noah Henry a leaping catch at the 38-yard line, and he goes down, tackled by Cree, but Noah basically tackled himself as he was backpedaling and looking at it on our S&T Bank replay in our S&T Bank broadcast booth, and the Wildcats spike it. Leaping catch, Henry. And it's
second
at the
down.
38. So second down after the spike as we get back to live
Very
action.
fortunate that wasn't a pick. Nice job by McAnulty to try to make something out of nothing. But Henry was surrounded. There were at least 4 white jerseys around him, but he managed to pick the ball.
20-yard pass officially.
Well, that got the crowd into it.
Second down and 10 from the 37 of Glendale. Cole McAnulty takes a snap from Bikina. Throwing over the middle, too tall, had Krajosik open underneath. And misfired badly. With 30 seconds on the clock, the Cats will be faced with 3rd down and 10.
They're going to need a pretty big chunk here.
Football parents last night had their annual banquet at the Penn Run Outreach Center. Good food, good time. Had the opportunity to MC the banquet once again, and well done, as always, by the Homer Center football parents. I'd like to see it on a Sunday in December after everything's over, but that's just me. They don't ask me. They just give me a free meal, so I should keep my mouth shut. 3rd down and 10. They look to set up a screen, and they float it out there. There's no receiver in the neighborhood.
Well, somebody got their signals crossed.
Somebody, you wonder if maybe Michael Krajosik was supposed to slide overboard. As we look at the replay, it's going to be 4th down and 10. Michael came out in the flat. Oh, I see. It was Colin Troop out in the left flat. And wow, was he was going to have some running room because he had a convoy of blockers out in front, and that was just miscommunication.
Well, I'll say. Set up perfectly. Had 4 guys blowing through there.
It was a screen left, and Cole threw screen center to nobody. 4th down and 10. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Going to heave for the end zone for Krajosik. Deep in the back corner, and it's incomplete. And the Wildcats, with 19 seconds, are going to turn it over on downs. And again, I hate to say it, but offensively, there were plays there, and Homer Center's players didn't execute them.
No, that's a very poor half, I think, by their offense. And that was the scary thing coming in, is that you just didn't focus, you didn't make plays, you had balls dropped, people in the wrong position. Again, I hate to do that, but you get a bye week, a lot of times that's not good.
Although given the choice, I asked Coach Page that question. He said he understood the point, but all things considered, you want the bye.
You want the time to rest and do that, but you sure hate to lose.
Missoura hands it off. Nothing doing for Suds Dubler again, I believe. It is. And the first half's going to come to a close. Wildcats didn't play particularly well, but they do have a lead, which is better than the alternative. Glendale scored the only touchdown in the first quarter. The Wildcats converted a couple of third and behind the chains plays for touchdowns in the second, and they will take a 14-7 lead into the locker room at halftime. Coming up on our halftime report, we will have radio replays. Ward Hilliard will have a look at the stats and much more as we continue here on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night, coming to you from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. Relationship banking, one customer at a time. Homer Center's never lost a home playoff game. So far, so good. Even though the play may not have been their best, they do lead 14-7 as we go to break on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Hi, Wildcat fans. This is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
I'm Shannon Lutniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
I'm with the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict. And Jack, finally, you will be back in the booth broadcasting the Hawks. How good does that feel?
Mark, I'll tell you what.
And we welcome you to our ITT halftime show with Homer Center leading 14-7. Trying to pick up the radio feed on the video stream, so the audio, we'll see how it syncs up. We will be rejoining the regular video stream audio just in case there are any technical difficulties, to let anybody out there know that. Let's recap the first half for you. Homer Center won the toss and deferred. Kicked off to Glendale. They went 3 and out. Wildcats got a 36-yard pass on their first possession to Anthony Rowland to the 45, but they stalled at the Glendale 39. Some drop passes hurting their cause. Wildcats just weren't very efficient offensively in that first half. Glendale's second possession, they had a first down, but then had to punt it away. Got a 49-yard punt from Suds Dubler. Cats started out deep in their own territory as the ball rolled dead at the 4-yard line. 29-yard run from Colin Troop took the football out to the 32-yard line. But on a 3rd down and 12, Cole McAnulty fumbled the football, recovered by Glendale at the Wildcat 29-yard line, and they made Homer Center pay as they drove 29 yards on 5 plays. Looked like the Wildcats defense might bail out their quarterback, but on a 4th down and 4, good second effort by their talented senior running back, Suds Dubler, got them on the board. Pistol back is Dubler, and Masora toss left to Dubler, trying to get to the goal line, and he puts his head down, fights, and he gets in for a touchdown for Glendale. Wildcats hit him. He shook off a tackle attempt and takes it into the end zone, and with 2:13 to play in the first quarter, Glendale strikes first. They capitalize on the Cole McAnulty fumble. It's 6-0 Vikings. Ethan Cavill had added the extra point to make it 7-0 Glendale with 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. We went into the second quarter. Homer Center had possession of the ball. Cole McAnulty 16-yard run to the 29-yard line. They got down to the Glendale 24-yard line, and actually were at the 23 when they were faced after a holding penalty with a 3rd down and 15. And Cole McAnulty takes the snap, slant and pattern, and it's hauled in. Touchdown, Homer Center. Michael Krajocic, his 6th touchdown reception of the season, and the Wildcats are within a point with 10:09 to play. They overcome the penalty, and they make it 7-6 on the 23-yard hookup. Cole McAnulty's 9th touchdown pass of the season. Krajocic added the extra point. Surprise, surprise, out of placement. And we were tied at 7 after an 8-play, 55-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 1 second off the clock. Glendale went 3 and out, lost a yard on those 3 plays, got a 34-yard punt from Dubler. Cats started at their own 30. Colin Troop, 19 yards to the Homer Center 49-yard line. Looked like the drive was going to bog down at the Glendale 35. Again, Homer Center behind the chains for the second drive in a row, but they overcame them for the second drive in a row. They had a 3rd down and 11 at the Glendale 35. So it's a 2-by-2 formation here for Homer Center. Noah Henry and Rowland. And there's the pass to Krajocic, makes a little move, gets inside the 30, and look out, right sideline, 20, 15, 10. He's heading toward Mrs. Renoski's house. Get out, a drink, Mrs. Renoski, and hand it to Michael Krajocic, his 2nd touchdown pass reception of the night. That time the catch and run, and with 5:50 to play in the first half, it's 13-7 Homer Center. And he caught his breath thanks to Mrs. Renoski, Ward. She gave him that drink, and then he was able to get refueled, if you will, and he kicked the extra point to tie the game up, or I'm sorry, give Homer Center the 14-7 lead. Teams went back and forth. Homer Center late in the half caught a break on what really should have been a turnover, but the officials, an inadvertent whistle, they weren't at their best either in that first half, joining Homer Center, but they had to re-kick it. I'm sure Glendale not happy about that. The Wildcats had a horrible non-call on a fumble go against them that led to Glendale's touchdown, so kind of evened out in that regard, and the first half came to an end. 14-7. Homer Center with the lead over the Glendale Vikings. When we come back on our ITT halftime report, Ward Hilliard's going to check the first half numbers on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night. It's 14-7 Wildcats over the Vikings of Glendale on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Mitsubishi is an A-Rec.
Hi, my name is Billy, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new drivers.
That's right, Billy. Smith Bus Company is hiring.
Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Mill Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center.
I'm State Senator Joe Pittman, wishing all our student athletes and their families every success on the gridiron. Friday night lights are always exciting, and I recognize how important it is for our students to be involved in activities, whether it be in athletics or the performing arts. These have been challenging times, and I salute not only all of our students, but also all who guide them, on and off the gridiron. And I wish all of our hometown teams the best of luck this season.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, with some exciting news. I'd like to invite you to join me and IUP football coach Paul Tortorella every Monday night at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn for Hawk Talk with the coach. Hawk Talk will be on the air from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday on U92.5 and video streamed as well. But the real key will be for IUP fans to stop by to meet the coach, staff, and team members, maybe even grab a beverage or dinner. Join us every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn, Wayne Avenue in Indiana for Hawk Talk.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Basura, 1 carry -1, total of 17 rushes for 30 yards, 1 TD in that mix. Through the year, they were 4 of 4 for 5 yards passing, total of 24 offensive plays, 35 yards. That's a pretty good job defensively, but Homer cannot shake this team. For the Wildcats, Colin Troop, 6 carries, 52 yards. Landon Hill, 7 carries, 35. Cole McAnulty, 6 carries, 16 yards. Michael Krajosik had 1 carry for 1 yard. Homer had 20 rushes, 104 yards. Through the year, McAnulty 7 of 15 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Homer ran 35 plays, 246 offensive yards. He had 12 first downs to 2 for Glendale. I mean, when you look at the statistics, it seems like this is a much more one-sided game than what it is. Homer will receive the second half kickoff, and I think that's important. And they've got to do something with it. They have got to figure out what's working, what hasn't been working, and go to it. So that's, I think, their challenge right now. Again, with 2:25, they're still in the locker room as the Homer band is performing. We saw Glendale, an excellent band also. Nice halftime, nice night for a football game. The Wildcats, Mark, we just said they had all the statistical advantages you could want, and they're only up a touchdown.
I just rejoined you, obviously, in the S&T Bank broadcast booth. Give me the total yards for both teams just so I can make a note. Total yards, Homer Center, what, you had 246?
Yeah, that's a lot of yards.
And Glendale, is that right, 35
yards.
Wow.
That's 2 first downs to Homer's 12.
I'd never guessed that, to be honest.
I wouldn't either, and you wouldn't think the score would be that. We were talking about it here, but it is.
I was talking to referee Lou Idzotic, who I have a lot of respect for, and he said on that inadvertent whistle, they were scrumming for the ball, and somebody made a mistake, and that's the rule. And so I kindly let him know, well, it evened out because you blew the fumble call. So, but those things happen. It's a fast game down there, a lot faster down there than it is up
yes,
here
it is.
Being armchair quarterbacks.
You turn and look the wrong way, and you're going to miss something. We were talking, Homer's receiving the kickoff, and I'm sure they're working on some things downstairs to figure out what they need to do. Boy, there's some interesting scores here.
Out of town scoreboard, Juniata Valley 15, Conemaugh Valley 12. Portage trails West Shamokin 25-19. Portage has lost 3 games in a row. Winner of that game will play the winner of Juniata Valley and Conemaugh Valley. Winner of this game will meet the winner of Bishop Guilfoyle and Purchase Line. At the half, it's Guilfoyle 25-0 over the Purchase Line Red Dragons. And looks like Guilfoyle, if the Wildcats can win, would be coming here to Memorial Field. That's a little change from what we're used to through the years.
It is.
Fans, that's our ITT halftime report. Stay with us for the start of the second half with Homer Center leading 14-7. Our statistician in the booth delivering all of those great stats that were delivered to our viewing and listening audience, Jerry Rossi. He has all of his first Commonwealth garb on tonight. He has his first Commonwealth logoed hat. He has his first Commonwealth logoed jacket. And his what are those?
I get free check.
He's got his tweed sport coat on with the first Commonwealth logo on. So, Jerry Ross, I thank you for your great work. Our spotter tonight, as always, is Dennis Mester. Our video producer is John Smathers, and our executive producer of Wildcat Sports for 15 years. Right with Coach Page every step of the way, all 15 years. Michael Burdick back at the studio with Ward Hilliard. I'm Mark Burdick, sending you to break for a final time on the Indiana Total Therapy Halftime Report with the score Homer Center 14 and the Glendale Vikings 7 right here on the Wildcat Football Network.
Brenda Media and Wildcat fans say thank you to the following clubs and organizations for their outstanding community support and for making tonight's playoff video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, established in 1954 on Neal Road in Grayston. The Homer City Area Athletics Booster Club, serving Homer Center's youth since 1958. And by the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119 South in Homer City. Thank you for your community.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
This is the voice of the Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, with some exciting news. I'd like to invite you to join me and IUP football coach Paul Tortorella every Monday night at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn for Hawk Talk with the coach. Hawk Talk will be on the air from 6 to 7 p.m. every Monday on U92.5 and video streamed as well. But the real key will be for IUP fans to stop by to meet the coach, staff, and team members, maybe even grab a beverage or dinner. Join us every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at CH Fields in the Hilton Garden Inn, Wayne Avenue in Indiana for Hawk Talk.
Hi, my name is Billy, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver. And guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new drivers.
That's right, Billy. Smith Bus Company is hiring.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
So the Wildcats come out leading 14-7. We're going to give our Bruno's Pizza away here during this third quarter. And I'm going to have to think of something creative word. We need since they have, give the score. Well, everybody knows the score. We need creativity. WA. Put your thinking cap on.
And
don't do what you did the last time we did this. You answered the question before we gave it when I challenged you.
Yeah, well, you should know better to challenge me. Let's see what's going down here.
And Cavallette, high kick, going to be taken on the run at the 17-yard line, left sideline, 30, 35 to the 40 to midfield, and tiptoeing out of bounds as he gets up near the 48-yard line on the Glendale sideline is Michael Krajosic. He took that football in stride at about the 17 far sideline as we look on our replay monitor, and came up pretty quickly, and the kicker, Cavallette, nudged him out of bounds.
So it's excellent field position. They're about in 4-down territory. They need a good surge on this drive. They need a 2-score lead, Mark. I'm telling you, that's the thing that scares you. And you get a team that wasn't supposed to be with you, and they're 1 score away. That's a threat.
Colin Troop in the backfield to the left of Cole McAnulty, and Colin gets the handoff. And Colin into Viking territory to about the 48-yard line. Justin Jasper getting up slowly, but he does get up. Fine inside linebacker. It was Mason Peterson who made the tackle for the Vikings, the left defensive end.
Solid 4-yard pickup there by
Cats
Colin.
just need to impose their will with that big offensive line and grind out a drive and take a 2-score lead if they can.
Perfectly said.
Near boundary, it is Krajosic, and Colin Troop gets the handoff. First down yardage, comes near side to the 35s and dives for the 30-yard line. Hanging on for dear life was Connor Petushnik. But the Wildcats, 2 plays, they have 22 yards and a new set of downs at the Vikings 30.
Nice job by Colin there. You know, he was mad when he got dragged down from behind, too. He wanted to go. Almost busted that, down to the 30-yard line.
Wildcats wait for the play call from offensive coordinator Mike Arone and Greg Page. They lead 14-7. Looks like the winner of this game will get Guilfoyle next weekend. And heavy dose of Colin Troop, bounces it outside, has running room, trying to get to the edge, and he can't quite do it as the safety man Gage Wright closed the gap, but he does pick up about 5 or 6 yards.
Again with the carry.
And boy, this was close as we look on our replay monitor. Got a good little block from Vinny Taglietti, and had a couple spectators on that play that could have maybe sprung it for more.
Could have cut it up, but tried to go wide. That took away his, I think, forward momentum. That allowed the defender to make the play.
2nd down and 5 for Homer Center. The football at the 25 of Glendale, wide side of the field toward the Wildcats sideline. And here comes Colin Troop trying to get there. Runs through 1 tackle, and he dives for near the 20-yard line. Petushnik again on the tackle. Might stop him a yard shy of the first down. 2 minutes into this third quarter with the Cats leading 14-7. Going to be 3rd down and about a yard to go.
Boy, nice cut outside. That hole was blocked. They gave him the first down, so he must have made it to the 20.
Well, you tell me if he made it to the 20.
Well, I don't think he did, but that's not up to me.
Ball right on the paint at the 20-yard line. The Cats will take it. Landon Hill in for Troop, who gets a break after carrying the load here to start this drive. 1st and 10 at the 20, and it's Hill. Nice stutter step move to the 10, to the 5-yard line, diving for the goal line. Did he get in? They're going to rule him out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. But a 19-yard gain and a super effort by Landon Hill.
Great, as you called it, Mark, great little stutter step. Lost the defender right there and then was able to turn it upfield for an extra 10-plus.
19-yard gain from the 20 to the 1-yard line.
From the 1.
Yeah, there it is.
Tackle right is Michael Young. Vinny Taglietti, right guard, and they run right behind them, and Landon Hill bounces it outside and into the end zone untouched for a touchdown for that sophomore's 9th of the season. And the Cats have scored 3 straight touchdowns dating back to the second quarter. And that was a very nice-looking drive, all on the ground. They did use that big offensive line, and it's 20-7 with 9:07 left in the third quarter.
That's what you wanted to come out of the locker room with. A nice, solid drive, everything on the ground, your strength. Good job. Let's see the PAT.
Dan Jones is the long snapper, and the snap is good. Roland puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Krajosic now 8 for 8 this season. The last 2 haven't been the prettiest, but they are on the scoreboard.
Keeping them under the wind, that's all.
Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night coverage continues with the score 21-7, Homer Center over the Glendale Vikings. Our Luther Ford Drive summary, 6 plays, 52 yards. It took 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Picked up 4 first downs on the board as we look at some good blocking on that touchdown run by Landon Hill as we go to break on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
That was Bell.
Yeah.
Renda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the Greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City.
And it's a line drive squib type kick, picked up on a big convenient hop at the 23-yard line, and Suds Dubler tackled by Anthony Rowland, because if he gets by Rowland, he has some running room coming near side, and we know he has good wheels, and we have an injury on the field. I think that might be Missoura, who we've seen a lot at quarterback. The Wildcats have been really physical in this football game. Denny, I just want to check something back there on the mixer. Yeah, we're in good shape on our video stream. So there is a timeout on the field as they attend to the injured Glendale Viking. Speaking of Glendale, we want to say hello to the fans up in the Flinton, Pennsylvania area, and we had the pleasure of going up there. We were treated so well by John Matchock, the athletic director, and everybody in the booth last week when we called the Penns Manor game on WQMU. We're assuming we have a lot of nice viewership and listenership up in the Glendale area tonight, and we say hello to all you Vikings fans. 21-7 as they get Missoura into a seated position. 9:03 left here in the third quarter. 21-7 Homer Center on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
I'm Shannon Lutniskis. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Yeah, thank you. You at Memorial Field, they still attend to Missoura on the field. He tried getting up at one point, Troy Missoura. 21-7 Homer Center, 9:03 left here in the third. Chiropractic healthcare actually improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, range of motion, athletic coordination, and helps the body recover faster. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City, adjusting today for a better tomorrow. They still work on adjusting Troy Masora. Now they're getting him to his feet. He'll get a nice round of applause. He's really wobbly, and I'm not sure.
Got a leg injury from the looks of it. He can't put any weight on it.
21-7 Homer Center. Also want to tell you the Smith Lewis and Chess Company, they're certified public accountants that provide close personal attention to their clients with tremendous value of relationships, with every client relationship viewed as a partnership. You'll receive assurance from the Smith Lewis and Chess Company that their credibility comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial expertise. Smith Lewis Chess & Company, located on 1776 Warren Road, Indiana, a company built on character, integrity, with a belief in strong relationships. And they're going to help Masora down toward the ambulance. Keep in mind they lost a key ball player in the first half very early in the game, Zeke Dubler.
Yeah.
We have not seen him return. So they're going to be without a couple of key players here now, and we'll see who is going to be at the quarterback position. Looks like it's going to be Suds Dubler. Last week they used 4.
Yeah.
Dubler, Zeke Dubler, and Masora were 2 of the 4, and they are both knocked out of this football game.
And you miss them on defense. That's the other important thing.
It's a shotgun wishbone look, if you will. Sidecars left and right with the pistol back as well. 5-man front, and Dubler, little shuffle pass to Logan Cree, and Mason Bell has nothing doing with that. That was a play that worked against Penns Manor last week on a couple of occasions. Not so much success tonight. That's the third time they've used it, I believe. They gain a yard from the 34 to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Homer's doing a nice job of staying home. They had a double reverse thrown at them. I'm sure they haven't seen too many of those this year, but they stayed home and shut it down. That's important.
Jacob Lucart, receiver, near boundary. Again, they're playing with some guys that maybe normally aren't out there. This roster, only 21 or 22 players. Dubler from the Wildcat around the right end, and he's going to be flung down for a loss. I think right now the Wildcats kind of know that Glendale, they're reduced to a running football team.
Yeah, they're very much aware of that, and they're doing a nice job of protecting the wings.
That wasn't a Wildcat as I look back. They did have Wright in the backfield. And let's see who came up, and I think it was Michael Krajosik that nudged him out of bounds. I went down to the restroom facilities at the half when you were delivering stats, and Michael Krajosik was the first one I saw when I walked into the team room. And I said, "You had a pretty busy first half." And he said, "Yeah."
You wouldn't doubt that. Some big plays.
3rd down and 11. Glendale now back at their 33-yard line. Lucart and Wright, receivers to the left boundary. They have a slot receiver near side 2. So trips to the left, single receiver up top near their bench. And Dubler looking that way. Throws, and it's caught. And it might be good enough for a first down to Logan Cree, who entered the game with 10 receptions. And they are going to move the chain. So influence left, they go short side and convert.
Yeah, very well executed. Give Cree credit. He stretched the ball to break the plane there where the stick was. You can watch it here. Yep. So as he stepped out of bounds, he had it easily, though. Nice execution there. They didn't show much pass last week, and that was a successful one.
They needed 11. They got 13. 21-7 Homer Center here at Memorial Field. 3rd quarter action, 7.5 to play. Dubler fumbles the football. It's loose. Let's see who has it. They dive for it near that right hash, and no signal, and the referee Lou Idzotic says Glendale ball, 2nd down. I think that might have been Mason Peterson who jumped on that football.
2nd down, Vikings.
I think we're going to get a pretty steady dose of Dubler for the remainder of this quarter anyway. 6:53 and counting.
Ball back at the 44, so they lose a yard. Dubler, shotgun snap, has a running back to his left, and he takes the snap. Looking, firing over the middle, has Cree again. For 10 yards, a yard shy of the first down.
Dubler's pass complete.
Michael Krajosik.
Dubler does it all, does he not? Hey, that was a nice pass. That's a little deep slant, and he drilled it right in there.
Might have gotten away with little movement on the left side of the line, but it was close. No harm, no foul, as they say, right? Third down and a yard from the Wildcat 46-yard line. Jacob Lukart, receiver, again, trips near side down below us as we look out of our S&T Bank broadcast booth, and Dubler going to keep it. He takes it to the short side, breaks into the secondary down the right sideline at the 30, and he's dragged down as he gets near the 20-yard line by Colin Troop. I think. Nope. Anthony Rowland.
Anthony
10,
Rowland,
not 18.
yep.
First down, Vikings.
Dubler's always one tackle short of going the distance, and he almost pulled it off there. That's the danger of it.
From the 46 to the 25-yard line, 21 yards.
He's always a threat to bust one, and when he's tough. He's got good speed. He gets ahead of you. Look out. So Homer's going to have to shut this down here.
Again, same formation. 3 receivers toward the Wildcat sideline. Dubler throws underneath, diving attempt. It's incomplete. Went through the outstretched arms and hands of Logan Cree with 5:51 to play here in the third quarter. Homer Center leading 21-7, but the Vikings are threatening.
Yeah, you can see their passing offense isn't real effective. It has been up to this point. He's managed to get off a couple quickies and they make those short pass connections, which is about all they really can do. I don't know if they have anything in their arsenal that would provide a deep pass.
Patushnig, a receiver in front of the Glendale bench. They go empty backfield with Suds Dubler. On 2nd and 10, shotgun snap, going to throw down the right sideline. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's intercepted by Michael Krajosik at the 1-yard line. Michael Krajosic's 8th interception of the season, and he does more, doesn't he?
Yes, he does more, and that was a great play by Krajosik.
And we have a media timeout with 5:45 to play in the third quarter. IRMC Playoff Sports Night coverage continues with the score, Homer Center 21 and the Glendale Vikings 7, coming back to Memorial Field with Homer Center possession from their own 2 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
At the 2-yard line, Homer Center, after the Krajosik interception, is 8th of the season. But they'll take it. And the give, nice little jump cut, but just getting a piece of Landon Hill. I think Mason Peterson, the left defensive end again. Let's see if I can spot him coming by Justin Jasper or Peterson, one of the two. Boy, he put his foot in the ground, and Jasper, 22, made that tackle.
Second down.
Second down, about 9 to go. Ends up only as a 1-yard gain. Cole McAnulty in his own end zone takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to pass. He's going to throw deep for Michael Krajosik. Takes it in stride at the 45, and he drops the football. That would have been maybe the longest touchdown pass in school history, covering 97 yards, and it went right through the hands of Michael Krajosik. I think the record belongs to Adam or Eric Mydock.
I think it is Eric. No, it wasn't Adam. I think it was actually Eric.
Eric Mydock.
Down at Black Lake Valley.
That was right in the breadbasket. He had him beat by 5 yards behind the secondary.
He was ready to go, but he just didn't look at it. Boy, they're dropping him tonight.
3rd down and 7. And Cole going to throw underneath to Michael this time. Takes it at the 5, sheds a tackle, has a first down, spins at the 15-yard line, forced out of bounds at the 17. Well, that'll move the chains and keep the drive alive.
How do you have in the air? After running that deep pattern, he catches this little out here and gets a critical first down. Gets out of the hole. Boy, if Glendale could have held there, they'd force Hornman to punt from their own end zone, but it didn't happen.
So,
boy, that was a pretty play, wasn't it? Oh,
from the 3 to the 20 or to the 17, 14-yard gain.
I don't think I've seen them this team tonight drop as many passes as they have this year.
1st and 10, give to no one. Cole McEnulty going to keep it, and he has a yard or two. Peterson again on the stop
Tackle by number 55,
for
Peterson.
The Vikings. He's had a good game, a junior, 6'2", 210. 4:45 clock moving here at Memorial Field. Wildcats lead 21-7. Glendale scored first in the game. Back in the first quarter, Cats responded with 2 third down and long touchdown passes, both to Michael Krajosik. Landon Hill tacked on a run here in the third quarter, and it's 21-7. Krajosik 3 extra point kicks. Landon Hill sidecar to the right of Cole McEnulty, and they hand it to Landon. Landon through a little opening, keeps the legs moving. Second effort yardage, first down yardage to the 30, to the 35, to the 37-yard line. Outstanding effort by Landon Hill from the 19 to the 37 is where they're going to put the football down. That's a gain of 18, and a lot of it on his own. Jacob Lukehart made the tackle.
That's hard runners. Both he and Troop, I've said it time and again, in the secondary, they are tough to bring down. And we're looking at a defense that's might be getting a little bit worn out here.
And they're missing a couple of key players.
That's exactly right.
Troy Masura, the cornerback, knocked out of this game in the third quarter. Zeke Dubler early in the game on a hard hit by Riley Clevenger. He hasn't returned. Landon Hill again puts the foot in the ground and has some good running room. Look at the effort into Glendale territory to the 49-yard line. That'll be 14 additional yards for Landon Hill. On the tackle, Ethan Cavallette.
He's coming out. He needs a break. Well, he's not coming out. I thought he was going to head off the field, but they're going to leave him on there. Wow, that's just great hard running. There's nothing more you can say about it.
I was going to say before the drive started, wouldn't a 98-yard touchdown drive put the game away?
Well,
they almost had it in lightning fashion. We'll update some stats after this play. 1st and 10 from the Viking 49, and Hill again stumbles down to the 45 as somebody yells, "Run, Hill, run." I'll tell you what he's been doing is running downhill, no pun intended, and he's been doing a good job of it. And he adds to his totals, leading Homer Center with 92 yards after that 4-yard gain on 13 carries. Colin Troop, 10 carries for 84 yards. You might be looking at 2 100-yard rushers
they're
tonight.
Doing pretty well. And, the thing is, the more you run as a running back, the better you get. I mean, you get stronger. You just seem to be able to go. You'd think he'd be wore out, but he wants the ball.
2nd down, 6. And this time Cole's going to keep it. He has running room to the 40, to the 35-yard line, bounces it to the 30, to the 25, and they finally drag him down from behind. Down around the 22-yard line. We'll see where they put it down. Look at Vinny Taglietti's block as he blew up the left side of that play, along with Michael Yunt, who got a piece of Logan Cree. Downfield blocking by Anthony Rowland on Gage Wright. And it was Petushnik who finally forced him out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Or what we were used to seeing early in the season. Boy, it's good to see it start to come alive here tonight when they really needed it.
24-yard gain for Cole. From the Glendale 21, they hand it off to Hill. And Hill, look at the effort again inside the 10-yard line, all the way down to the 5, and close to the goal line, to the 1-yard line. Landon Hill, you talk about hard-nosed running. Holy moly. Look at Hill at the 15 to the 10, lowers the shoulder and the boom on some white jerseys and carries them inside the 5 down to, they're going to put them down at about the 4-yard line.
They're trying to tackle him high, and you're on your way for a ride if you're going to do that, and that's what happened. 3 guys took to bring him down.
Hill, left tackle, touchdown. He deserved that carry, didn't he?
Oh.
Wow.
Terrific.
That is a terrific drive for Homer Center. 98 yards. Landon Hill doing the bulk of the damage for Homer Center. They didn't need that 98-yard touchdown pass, did they? It's 27-7 with 1:54 to play in the third quarter. Unbelievable drive.
Keenan Bernard there with the blocks up off that left guard spot.
Dan Jones, the long snapper. Anthony Rowland puts it down, and Krajosic's kick is up, and Krajosic's kick misses the right upright, his first miss of the season.
No good.
But the Wildcats have a commanding 20-point lead now. They have worn down this Glendale team with a physical outing here tonight on an Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night. It's Homer Center 27 and the Glendale Vikings 7, and you're watching it and listening to it right here on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
The Indiana County Technology Center Adult Education Program offers a variety of career pathways for adults. Whether you're looking for a new career or simply just learn new skills, ICTC's selection of diverse programs will help you achieve your goals. Our programs are tailored to fit your needs and offer industry-specific certification opportunities. Call today at 724-349-6700 to find out how we can help you become more successful.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Is going to be tackled across the way, shy of the 30-yard line. Gage Wright it was on the return.
First down, Vikings.
Good coverage on that kick, and that's the kind you really want to get there. Get it back around inside the 30. Let your pursuit come up, and that's how that all fleshed out. Homer's got Glendale on about the 28.
Chiropractic healthcare actually improves balance, muscle flexibility, joints, range of motion, athletic coordination, helps the body to recover faster. See the difference Maine's Chiropractic can make for you. Maine's Chiropractic, Main Street, Homer City, adjusting today for a better tomorrow. You need an adjustment, Mr. Hilliard?
No, I've had a few down there.
First down and 10 from the 28-yard line. And it's Cavallette back at quarterback throwing. It's intercepted by Mason Bell at the 32-yard line. Tackled by Justin Jasper at about the 27, and the Wildcats are right back in business. Looking at the replay monitor, Cavallette, who hadn't been in there for a while, just did not spot Hill, who made a leaping interception in front of tight end Logan Cree. And Jasper upended him, but the Wildcats are now threatening to blow this game open.
Nice job by Mason, just dropping back in coverage. Yeah, and Cavallette had been quarterbacking earlier in the season and a little bit last week. He's a big boy, but not a very good pass there. As you said, Mark, didn't see Mason Bell drop right back into the lane there. Beautiful play.
Cavallette's 5th interception of the season. And Colin Troop back in there for Homer Center. He's into the secondary. He's at the 10. He's flung down at about the 5-yard line. Colin Troop, as the Wildcats are running wild on Glendale. I just think this big offensive front has, look at the blocking.
Yeah,
they're
Henry,
just blowing
nice
plays up right
downfield.
now. And let's see who made that tackle downfield at about the 6-yard line. It was Patushnik. First and goal, Homer Center at the 6. 1:20 to play here in the third quarter. It's been all Homer Center. And the give to Colin Troop. Hurdles over a would-be tackler, keeps the legs churning, and gets down to about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Troop up the middle.
So Homer Center,
Gain of about
couple
4.
of big
Second down.
turnovers they've forced in this game because it looked like how quickly things can change. That Glendale was poised to get right back in this game, and Krajosic's interception staved that, held the Vikings out of the end zone, and then a 98-yard drive, and now Mason Bell's interception. Second down and goal from the 2. Give to Noah Henry, dives for the goal line, touchdown, Homer Center. Noah Henry. And let's see, does he have a rushing touchdown? He does not. That's his first of the season and second overall, and the Wildcats now lead 33-7, 33 unanswered points. Noah Henry from 2 yards out.
He just lowered his head and bowled his way in there. That's what he knows. Straight ahead. And here we go again. Let's see if Michael Krajosic can convert.
Out of the hold of Anthony Rowland, Dan Jones' snap is good, and the kick is up, and the kick looks good, and it is good. Teams come upfield with 37 seconds left in the quarter. IRMC Playoff Sports Night coverage continues with the score. Homer Center 34 and the Glendale Vikings 7 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network. Hey, Jerry, where'd the drive start?
27 yards. Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City.
I'm Shannon Lutniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Mason Bell, who had the interception, and Logan Cree picks it up at the 36-yard line. And Cree's going to go down at about the 38.
By number 12, Logan Cree.
And the Vikings will take over with 34 seconds
Number
left
9, Javon Jones
in the quarter.
tackle.
Pretty safe to say now. Homer Center is going to host Bishop Guilfoyle next week here at the friendly confines. The Smith Lewis Chess Company are certified public accountants that provide close personal attention to their clients with tremendous value of relationships, with every client relationship viewed as a partnership. You'll receive assurance from the Smith Lewis and Chess Company that their credibility comes from years of advanced training, technical experience, and financial expertise. Smith Lewis and Chess Company, 1776 Warren Road, Indiana, a company built on character, integrity, and with a belief in strong relationships. Direct snap, option right, and the pitch from Dubler. And let's see who has it on the far side of the field. See if we can pick that up. Who had that football? I know Suds Dubler took the direct snap.
Off the right side.
It is 22 on the pitch.
Gain of
Justin
about 6.
Jasper.
Second down and 4.
So a gain of 6. It'll be second
Jasper
down and
with the
4.
carry.
Clock stopped with 26 seconds left here in the third frame.
Isaac Turkin on the defensive line for Homer Center.
Hey, we want to say hello to our own Sudsy. We've been talking about Suds Dubler. Jimmy Suds. Sudsy, right?
Yep, it's Sudsy.
Here's Dubler throwing underneath. Diving attempt at midfield. Is the ball caught? Yep, it is caught by Logan Cree, who's had a good game here tonight.
Yes, he has.
Jimmy Sutter, of course, and Peggy. Jimmy, if you're watching tonight, you can
First
give Denny a
and 10
call and let us know that you're watching, so
You
we
know-
know we didn't waste our time saying hello to you.
This Glendale was just a hair's breadth away from being back in this ball game, as you said, Mark. And that interception, you could see how the momentum swings all at once.
Let's see if they can get this play off. We're down to 2 seconds, 1 second. They're not going to do it. Big quarter for Homer Center as they put 20 points on the board.
Homer Center Wildcats 34.
Solid quarter of football for Homer Center. Indiana Regional Medical Center playoff sports night coverage continues as we head to the fourth, with Homer Center leading 34-7 over the Glendale Vikings on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Brenda Media says thank you to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy for making tonight's playoff video stream possible for the greater Homer Center School District community. The Club Savoy Sons of Italy is a great community partner, and they're proud to make tonight's video stream possible for Wildcat fans everywhere. Social memberships are available at the Club Savoy. Upcoming events at the club include music by 13 Stories tomorrow night, DJ Keith Davis December 11th, Octane appearing December 18th. The public is always welcome at the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119, Homer City.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
Renda Media and Wildcat fans say
we'll give away that Bruno's Pizza here momentarily. And back to pass, Dubler throwing, has a receiver, Cree, but it's behind him a little bit and incomplete at the Wildcat 30-yard line. The number to call for our giveaway, we'll give that to you first, 724-479-1160. 724-479-1160. And we will have a question, and it's going to relate to the third quarter. And we'll tell you that you're going to need to come up with 2 Homer Center players' names to win that one-topping pizza. And Michael Burdig, our studio engineer, will take the first quarter courtesy of Bruno's Italian Restaurant, 1100 block of Philadelphia Street in Indiana. Dubler play action as they fake the jet, now pump fake. Rolling to his left, throwing on the run. Whoa, he threw a bullet, and it was too high for the intended receiver. I think that was Cree again, and helping him up is Troop. So here's the question. The Wildcats, a big part of that third quarter was 2 interceptions from Homer Center. Name the 2 Wildcats that picked off passes from Glendale, and call us at 724-479-1160. Ward, you're ineligible. 724-479-1160. We'll tell you that they were not, the 2 players were not Anthony Rowland and Colin Troop, who were a part of the secondary. 2 other players picked off passes to set up Homer Center scores. 34-7, timeout called by Glendale. And we're going to keep it right here with 12 ticks off the clock in the fourth quarter. Fans, Smith Lewis Chess certified public accountants that provide close personal attention to their clients with tremendous value of relationships, with every client relationship viewed as a partnership. You'll receive assurance from the Smith Lewis and Chess Company that their credibility comes from years of advanced training, technical expertise, and financial expertise. Smith Lewis and Chess Company, located on 1776 Warren Road in Indiana, a company built on character, integrity, with a belief in strong relationships. And if they're listening across the road, not the entire Smith Lewis and Chess Company, but Kelly Burfield lives very handy to Memorial Field. Thank you, Kelly, for your sponsorship of Homer Center playoff football. So next week it's going to be Homer Center and Bishop Guilfoyle. We'll have it for you. It's been a while since they've been here to Memorial Field.
Nice turnout by the Glendale crowd there. They have a nice turnout here tonight.
Don't forget the trivia question. We do have a winner. The question was the 2 players who picked off passes in the third quarter. And Michael, maybe you can text me that name. Third down, 10 to go from midfield. Petushnik in motion, And Dubler looking to throw, fires, has a receiver for a first down. That's Cree again at the 38-yard line. So the Wildcats have left him up, checked on a couple of occasions. He found some holes in the secondary, and he did it again on a 3rd and 10.
Dubler's a pretty good passer. Yeah, he's thrown some pretty nice passes out there.
Hey, we want to say thank you again to our partners making tonight's video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, and the Club Savoy Sons of Italy. Also want to tell you about a community dinner that's going to be held thanks for Thanksgiving. Dubler looking, he's going to load up and throw deep, and closest man to the football is a young man wearing a black jersey. That's Anthony Rowland. It's incomplete.
The number 21, Zeke Dubler.
Share your blessings. Community dinner Thanksgiving Day at the Coral Grayston Fire Hall from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. CDC guidelines will be followed. Meals may be picked up at the Fire Hall drive-through, or delivery will be available. Everyone welcome for this free meal. You can call Julie at 724-549-1690. That's 549-1690. Thank you, Coral Grayston firemen and those involved with making that community Thanksgiving dinner possible, especially for those who really need it, and there are many. Dubler going to keep it. It looked like maybe, it was a good block is what it was, as Noah Henry was blocked. Let's see who made that block to spring Dubler down to about the 32 or 33-yard line. And that was a block in the back is what it was. But it went uncalled, and it doesn't really matter at this point. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, it's 34-7. At the 33-yard line, the Vikings are faced with 3rd down and 5. So they're going to close out their season 6-6 under Dave Spank Trexler.
Well, they got a lot of juniors. If you read the lineup, a lot of juniors coming back. It's going to be a good ball club, but they won't have Suds.
They go double wing, and Suds throws over the middle, incomplete. You can tell they're just not comfortable passing the football. Dubler this season, 4 of 6 passing, entering the game for 76 yards. Glendale did kick a field goal last week,
well,
36 yards, but I don't
this
think
may be a little out of his range
here. I would say so. It would be about a 50-yarder. IUP football closing out the season tomorrow on U92.5. Jack Benedict already living the good life in Westchester tonight. IUP basketball tonight. Your son is calling that game, in case you didn't know, on WDAD. 4th down and 4. And Dubler pressured up the middle, gets by Clevenger. Now it's Walbeck that hits him as he delivers the football, and it's incomplete downfield at the 10-yard line by Anthony Rowland. And if we watch the replay, if we have it, now a flag coming late, and their coach is on the field complaining. You're going to see Justin Walbeck deliver a big hit as Suds Dubler is throwing the football, and it was just occurring as our camera shifted downfield, but it was a big hit. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vikings for complaining about the non-call, and Lou Odzotic was staring right at it, and he motioned right away. It was clean, and Dubler did pay the price, and that sometimes you do that when you're unleashing the ball.
And just to his credit, helped him up. I mean, he's not a dirty player. He didn't want to injure the guy at all.
Wildcats take over
but
1st and 10.
When you're losing and you see that, you go after it right away as a coach. I don't blame him.
Sticking up for his player.
Our guy would have done the same thing.
Yep, that's for sure. So the Wildcats will have it at their own 48-yard line. Let's see if Michael texted us that winner yet on our trivia question. The answer, by the way, correct answer, Michael Krajosic and Mason Bell had interceptions in that 3rd quarter.
A lot of new, but there's some new numbers out there.
Anthony Rowland is the quarterback for Homer Center, leading 34-7. Greg Page will join us on our post-game show. The receiver to the left is Zach Rouser. And the give up the middle and running hard with that football and still running is Colin Troop. Troop to the far sideline, dancing around at the 45 as the flag flies, and it's going to wipe out a 12-yard effort for Colin Troop, you would think, as he was literally jumping through some hoops to pick up the extra yardage. Watch this on our replay monitor in our S&T Bank broadcast booth. Relationship banking, one customer at a time. And Anthony Rowland hands it off, and Colin to midfield, fighting for yardage. He stood up. He spins off a tackle of Mason Peterson, heads far sideline, gives ground back near midfield, gets by Suds Dubler, makes a little cut as he put the foot in the ground and picked up 10 yards, but block. Was it a block in the back? Dennis Mester, our spotter in the booth, catching the foul on Homer Center, and they back it up at the 47-yard line.
You got Caleb Palmer in there as a wide out.
Anthony Rowland, a capable runner. He runs the read option as good as anybody on the team. And he takes the direct snap, and he's going to do just that. He's to midfield, little stutter step move, but they fling him out of bounds. That's going to be a late hit and a double flag. That one is merited.
Yeah.
That is frustration, I think, coming out with Glendale.
Clearly.
And let's see who the guilty party was. And they earned every bit of this penalty as Rowland... It's Dubler. He's well out of bounds, and he flings him near that metal bench, which is dangerous on the far side of the field. So that'll be a 15-yard infraction on the Vikings.
That's frustration, yep. Dubler's had a tough night. He hasn't had those big nights that he's used to. That's Wildcat D. Got to be credited with that.
Glendale had 35 yards in the first half. Homer Center 246. I think was the number. They march it off as it cools off. Going to be very cold starting tomorrow, Ward.
Yes,
Get out your long johns. Penalty takes it to the 35-yard line.
Wildcats will start 1st and 10 from the
Homer Center trailed after one quarter, 7-0.
Yeah. We were saying they were in trouble at halftime if they didn't come out and do something with the football. Boy, they sure did. That third quarter, 20 points.
Officials timeout.
Tyler Cicela as an official timeout is called. They're going to, I think, try to tone things down here a little bit.
That's exactly what he's doing, boys. We got to calm down here.
Tyler Cicela, former Wildcat standout, listening in State College with his two boys, 3 years old and 7 months. I can't believe the oldest one's 3 years old already.
I didn't know he had two kids.
Chris Cicela's and Joy Cicela's grandsons, and their son Tyler, former Wildcat. They're calling both teams in and say, guys, let's settle down here and play some football. 34-7, 9:47 to play in the football game.
Played a hard game. You battled tough. Let's just finish it nicely here.
Tight end left is Caleb Palmer. Zach Rouser, receiver near side. And Angelo Alexander, the rookie quarterback, a freshman, gets to another freshman. That is
Alexander, hands off
Braden Dunn.
34, Braden Dunn.
Braden Dunn. He hasn't touched the ball since the 8th grade picnic game.
2nd down.
He's still in 8th grade, isn't he?
He's a freshman, and he has 4 yards. Some of these guys, these younger players, he had 2 one-point games to close out the season. Tough one-point losses.
Yeah, they were.
So they haven't played in a while. And this has to feel good to get some playoff action here tonight.
Coach Page being generous with the playing time, and that's good.
Angelo Alexander likes to tuck it, but he hands it to Dunn, bounces it outside to the 25-yard line, has a first down. Braden Dunn has a chance to be a good football player. His brother was at least a 3-year, if not a 4-year starter at center. 3 or 4, Dennis.
Yeah.
It might have been 4. Now, Braden is a running back, and he had first down yardage there. They're in the red zone at the Glendale 20-yard line, leading 34-7, under 9 minutes to play in the football game. We're going to be on the air at 6:20 next week when Bishop Guilfoyle comes to town. First things first, a timeout. Call into the classroom. S&T Bank has you covered. Homer Center leads 34-7 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Hi, my name is Billy, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new drivers.
That's right, Billy. Smith Bus Company is hiring.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense. Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Brenda Media. And Angelo Alexander going to keep it near side, trying to get to the edge and not going to do it. Gage Wright has him, and he'll lose some yardage as we come back to play here. Hey, we want to congratulate our trivia question winner of a large one-topping Bruno's Pizza. Teresa Berry answered the question from Seward, Pennsylvania. Who had the 2 interceptions in the third quarter? Well, Michael Krajosik and Mason Bell had the interceptions, and Teresa Berry has the pizza from Seward. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah,
is that the
great.
United Valley School District
That's
now?
what it's going to become.
Or football team, at least. 2nd down and 13. Braden Dunn gets the carry, and Braden has the loss back to about the 20. And the Wildcats are going to be faced with
to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd down and about 10 to go.
Get a call from Al Ciani.
80, I'm not sure if
84.
it's his birthday, 84
I don't
years
know if
old.
It is or not.
Still plays in 2 adult league baseball games, incredibly.
Every time he sees me, he says, I got a couple hits the other day.
So the Wildcats will host Bishop Guilfoyle next week. Guilfoyle beat Homer Center in the District 6 championship game last year, 48-13. That game started off ugly and finished ugly. Toss to Braden Dunn, and he slips as he tried cutting it back.
Alexander pitched to number 34.
Around the right
Dunn.
side, he tried cutting it back at the 20 and went
Gain of
down
about 1.
on the slip. So it'll be
down.
4th down and about 9 to go. And do you let your freshman quarterback throw a pass?
I don't know. Did you mention the Sam Marone call? He corrected me, and he's right. I can remember that now.
Chris Jones
had caught that at Black Lake Valley. Eddie Kalchuk, I believe, threw it.
You know, that might have been 97 yards. Of all nights, I don't bring my record book.
Steve Vossy get more Cepas at Blairsville for a long one. I don't know if it was that long.
4th down and 9 from the 19. Shotgun snap to Alexander. Give to Braden Dunn. Braden trying to fight for extra yardage, but he's only going to get to the 16-yard line, and the Glendale Vikings are going to take over.
I like the way that Braden Dunn runs. I'm impressed there. Not shy about hitting up in the hole. Nice looking running back.
He and a young McCracken, Boss's younger brother Isaiah, I think they're going to be 2 good running backs, and they're going to provide depth as soon as next year because you'll graduate Colin Troop. Landon Hill will be the feature back next year, but you have a couple of young guys coming along that should be pretty good.
You're going to need them. Never have enough running backs.
They're going to spot the ball at the 17-yard line of Glendale.
Hey, let's go, Black!
6:20 will be airtime next week, both video and audio. Again, our thanks to our streaming partners, Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Club Savoy, Sons of Italy, and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club. We're not streaming it for you to watch without their support, helping us to offset the large rights fees that we have to pay to District 6. Flag on the play.
Well, if this is the quality of the video they're getting, that is pretty doggone good.
A lot can happen to kids after hours and not just on the gridiron. Fevers, balls, bumps, and bruises. If your child or teen needs care and your doctor's office is closed, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge is open. They're open weekdays and weekends from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Get in, get out, get better. IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, Blairsville. 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark off on the give. And with the football up over the 15 to about the 17 or 18-yard line. Who had that football? Word I did not catch.
Gain of 7 on the play.
22, I thought had it.
Justin Jasper.
I believe it was number 22, Justin Jasper. With
Hey, how about that?
Yeah, we think that's who had the football.
Let's go,
So they gain the penalty yardage back +1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. We're halfway through this 4th quarter. It's been all Homer Center since the end of the first, although they didn't play a clean first half, even in that second, even though they took a lead to the locker room at 14-7, but they put 20 on the board in the third. Cavalet's toss, it's loose on the ground, and they pick it up and losing yardage back inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. Logan Cree lost the handle on that football as he was in the pistol formation. And Cavalet's toss was a little bit low, and Cree didn't handle it. And chasing him down for Homer Center was Javon Jones and also Garrett Green.
Kenny Duncan coming off the field here. I'm trying to pick up some of these kids so they get noticed. Jackson Supko came off the field.
They introduced the freshman group at the banquet last night. That's a good group. I didn't realize it was such a large group. And there's some talent there, both linemen coming up and running backs.
I apologize for not making that.
3rd down and 20. Check your email.
Yeah.
You were invited. And coming to your side with the football, 15, 20, 25. It's Justin Jasper, 1st down yardage to the 30. Homer Center was trying to strip it along the way, and they couldn't do it. And it might have been Brian Mills on the tackle.
Jackson Arone on the field.
Will Jones had a shot at him, along with, Jackson Arone.
Garrett Green's out there. Eli Butterly is on the defensive line.
Glendale has been beaten up pretty good in this football game. They lost a key player early moments of the game on a Riley Clevenger hit. Zeke Dubler left, and he was a young man that rushed for 440 yards. He looked good last week, the younger brother of Suds Dubler.
Yeah.
And then they lost Troy Masura, who filled many roles. Give to Gage Wright, sheds one tackle, heads far sideline to the 40, to the 45, and the Wildcats force him down, but not before he gets into Homer Center territory. Jackson Arone on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats.
1st down, Vikings.
So Glendale going to try to put together a long drive here, and something to shout about for the first time since the first quarter when they took the lead in this football game.
1st and 10 from the Wildcats.
Following a Homer Center turnover. Dubler took it in from 4 yards out on a 4th down and 4. 29-yard drive after the Wildcat turnover. Turnovers in this game, I think 2 on Homer Center, right, Jerry? Fumble and an interception. And on Glendale, a couple of turnovers too on 2 interceptions to give, and not a lot of running room for Glendale's. Is that Jasper again? Let's see.
Number 22,
on the
Justin
tackle,
Jasper.
Isaiah McCracken, that I talked about as a good prospect offensively.
He
made the tackle defensively from the inside linebacker position.
Got a lot of New Jerseys out there. They must have.
Stephen McLaughlin, former Wildcat, and Mookie Wilson. 20 years, I mentioned Mookie last night at the banquet as a Wildcat coach. 13 as junior high. And they come out of the booth. 3 minutes remaining in the game. 2nd down and 9 from the Wildcat 48. Motion man is Petushnik, and a delay of game call, I think, coming. Nope. Movement, I guess, on Glendale. Play clock was down to 0-2. It's going to be offside, Homer Center.
Well, how about that? You were 0 for 2 on that one.
Yeah, sure was. Strike 3. 4 turnovers in the game, 2 each way. Our quick stats brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. Wings both ways. Petushnik in motion, and Suds Dubler at quarterback hands it off to Petushnik, and he's down around the Wildcat 30-yard line.
Connor Petushnik off the left side.
Dunn, Chris Graham telling me indeed was a 4-year starter. Want to say hello to Craig Sacco listening to the game. We're watching it tonight. Anthony, his son, down in the Derry area. Craig loved to see it. He's involved in baseball down there, does a good job, and his son's a good young player. Craig had some of the best hands I ever coached as a second baseman back in the day. In Junior Legion days. Those were the good old days.
Those were the days.
1st and 10, Glendale. 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the game. Homer Center leading 34-7. Empty backfield, and Sud's going to hand it off, and a little stutter step move. And with the football, Petushnik, and he's dragged down from behind nicely. Defensively, Javon Jones for the Homer Center Wildcats
Tackled by number
at
9,
the
Javon Jones.
28-yard line. Good play by Javon.
Yep.
It transferred in
Gain of
from
about 3.
Indiana.
Yep.
Second down.
Nice play.
Speaking of transferring in, Bishop Guilfoyle will be here next week. They have a lot of people transfer in each and every year.
You couldn't let it go, could you? We're off already. Already we're off.
Second down. I think I'll save some of the replays we used on the music track before the game. Second down and 7 from the 28 of Homer Center. Suts Dubler, the quarterback. It is Gage Wright in motion, and they give it to him on a jet sweeper on the left end. Has running room to the 25, to the 20, to the 15. And down the left sideline, did he take it to the house? He did.
Looks like he did.
Well done by Gage Wright from 28 yards out with 64 seconds left in the game.
For the Vikings, touchdown.
The Glendale Vikings are on the board again. Second time in the game, 73-yard touchdown drive, and Gage Wright takes it in from 28 to make it 34-13.
Nice run by Wright.
You're right.
Nice to finish with a score.
You're wrong. Oh, you're right.
It's starting to degenerate here.
104 remaining in the game. They're going to go for 2. Suds Dubler, empty backfield. And now they load up to the left, and they hand it off to Petushnik, and he's going to have an easy trip around the left end into the end zone for the 2-point.
Connor Petushnik.
Conversion is good.
For the Vikings.
Teams come upfield with 64 seconds left in the game on an IRMC Playoff Sports Night. It's now Homer Center 34 and the Glendale Vikings 15 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Vikings 15.
Brenda Media and Wildcat fans say thank you to the following clubs and organizations for their outstanding community support and for making tonight's playoff video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, established in 1954 on Neal Road in Grayston. The Homer City Area Athletics Booster Club, serving Homer Center's youth since 1958. And by the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119 South in Homer City. Thank you for your community.
I'm Shannon Lutniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Ethan Cavalet has it teed up. Let's see if they go onside. We'll give you some final scores after this kickoff. 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining. They do kick end over end and deep. And it's going to be taken and a kneel down, very respectfully done by Michael Krajosik, and the Wildcats will just run out the clock. Bishop Guilfoyle defeats Purchase Line 38-8, so the showdown at Lincoln and Harrison next week between the Marauders and the Wildcats. Homer Center's going to improve to 12-0 all-time in home playoff games. Juniata Valley eliminated Conemaugh Valley 29-12, and Portage in the fourth quarter 33-31 over West Shamokin. Winner of that game plays Juniata Valley at Juniata Valley, the number 1 seed. Wildcats offense will come out on the field. We'd like to thank Smith Lewis and Chess Company for their sponsorship of tonight's game. Great to have them on board. They provide close personal attention to their clients with tremendous value of relationships, with every client relationship actually viewed as a partnership. You'll receive assurance from the Smith Lewis & Chess Company that their credibility comes from years of advanced training, technical expertise, and financial expertise. Smith Lewis & Chess Company, located at 1776 Warren Road, Indiana, a company built on character, integrity, and with a belief in strong relationships.
Hand off to number 35, Isaiah McCracken.
Isaiah McCracken on that carry to start the drive, and he's going to lose some yardage back to about the 15-yard line.
About 4. Second down.
Drive started where, Jerry, at about the 18?
Yes, 18-yard line, yes.
And Homer Center, see if they just take a knee here. Angelo Alexander, the freshman quarterback, in there. They do have to run a play. There's 14 on the play clock, 25 on the game clock. Snap a bit high. Good thing Angelo's tall at 6'2". And with the football and getting smothered for another loss is Isaiah McCracken, who's had a rough 2 carries. But that's going to do it here tonight at Memorial Field. Big third quarter for Homer Center propelled them tonight.
And this game is a final.
Final score
Homer Center
from Memorial Field in Homer City. The Wildcats have never lost a home playoff game. They are now 12-0. They weren't sharp in the first half. They led 14-7, then put it together in the third quarter, fueled by a couple of big picks defensively from Michael Krajosik and Mason Bell, and then a 98-yard touchdown drive really helped to put things and tilt things heavily in Homer Center's favor, and they win it tonight 34-15. Stay with us for our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show. Radio replays, a look at the stats, head coach Greg Page, and more when we continue on the WCCS Wildcat Radio and Video Network.
Founded in 1954, the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club has been a hit for young and old. Dues are only $15 and include fishing and use of the rifle range. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club prides itself in events for kids, including Kids Fishing Day. The annual John Matrisic Singles Pool Tournament will be held coming up Saturday, November 20th. DJ Brian Supko will spin your favorites Thanksgiving Eve starting at 8. And the club's banquet and dance hall is available for weddings and special occasions. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, Neal Road, Grayston. Proud to make tonight's video stream possible for the Homer Center.
It's high school football time, and that means time to stop by Luxembourg's Jewelers and lay away great gifts for the holidays. Luxembourg's offers a huge selection of diamonds and gems mounted in your favorite ring, pendant, or earrings. Score big with great giftware selections like keychains or pens, custom plaques and trophies for that special award. Team up with Luxembourg's Jewelers for that perfect gift and lay away today. Luxembourg's in the Indiana Mall, downtown, or on the web at luxembourgs.com. Luxembourg's Jewelers, we are Indiana's Jewelers.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Want to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle? Want to sell your current vehicle? At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Check out the great Luther Ford inventory and drive off today, or order the exact vehicle you want. Have a trade? Luther Ford will give you a check for your vehicle's high trade-in value. If you want to just sell your current vehicle, Luther Ford can pay you thousands over KBB. At Luther Ford, you can do it all. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City.
I'm State Senator Joe Pittman, wishing all our student athletes and their families every success on the gridiron. Friday night lights are always exciting, and I recognize how important it is for our students to be involved in activities, whether it be in athletics or the performing arts. These have been challenging times, and I salute not only all of our students, but also all who guide them, on and off the gridiron. And I wish all of our hometown teams the best of luck this season.
Renda Media and Wildcat fans say thank you to the following clubs and organizations for their outstanding community support and for making tonight's playoff video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, established in 1954 on Neal Road in Grayston. The Homer City Area Athletics Booster Club, serving Homer Center's youth since 1958. And by the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119 South in Homer City. Thank you for your community.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Oh, now you do your job.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
We'll meet Bishop Guilfoyle next week after tonight's 34-15, easier than it sounded, win over the Glendale Vikings. Let's recap it for you, and we will tell our video viewers we're trying to tap in off of a radio so you can hear the radio replays, or you would hear holes in the broadcast. So if the audio isn't quite what it had been, it will return when we're done with this radio replay segment. And we'll give it to you this way. Homer Center won the toss and deferred, kicked off to Glendale, forced a 3-and-out, but the Wildcats couldn't get anything going on their first two possessions. As a matter of fact, they turned it over on a Cole McAnulty fumble on their second possession, deep in their own territory, and Glendale started at the Wildcat 29-yard line. Took them 5 plays to find the end zone and grab the early lead in the game. Looked like the defense might bail out Cole McAnulty, but on a 4th down and 4, their fine running back, Suds Dubler, had other thoughts, and he gave the Vikings the lead in this football game late in the first quarter. Pistol back is Dubler, and Masora toss left to Dubler, trying to get to the goal line, and he puts his head down, fights, and he gets in for a touchdown for Glendale. Wildcats hit him. He shook off a tackle attempt and takes it into the end zone, and with 2:13 to play in the first quarter, Glendale strikes first. They capitalize on the Cole McAnulty fumble. It's 6-0 Vikings. 7-0 after even Ethan Cavill had added the extra point. Homer Center then got things going late in the first quarter, starting at their own 45-yard line. Cole atoned for that mistake with a 16-yard run that took the football to the Glendale 29-yard line. Wildcats then, after a holding penalty, they were faced with a 3rd down and 15 from the Viking 23. And Cole McAnulty takes the snap, slant and pattern, and it's hauled in. Touchdown, Homer Center. Michael Krajosik, his 6th touchdown reception of the season. And the Wildcats are within a point with 10:09 to play. They overcome the penalty, and they make it 7-6 on the 23-yard hookup. Cole McAnulty's 9th touchdown pass of the season. We only saw it 5 other times in 10 games, but Michael Krajosik, out of placement, kicked the extra point to make 6 for 6 in that department for the season. It was a 7-7 game at that point after the 8-play, 55-yard drive that took 4:01. Homer Center's defense forced a 3-and-out. As a matter of fact, the Vikings lost a yard on 3 plays, got a 34-yard punt from Suds Dubler. Wildcats started at their own 30-yard line. A 19-yard call and troop run took it to near midfield at the Wildcat 49. They got it down to the 35-yard line, but again, they were behind the chains for the second consecutive drive. They were faced with a 3rd down and 11 when the same duo hooked up. Cole McAnulty to Michael Krajosik. This time Michael in space, and he found more space all the way to the end zone. So it's a 2-by-2 formation here for Homer Center. Noah Henry and Roland. And there's the pass to Krajosic, makes a little move, gets inside the 30, and look out, right sideline, 20, 15, 10. He's heading toward Mrs. Renoski's house. Get out, a drink, Mrs. Renoski, and hand it to Michael Krajosic, his second touchdown pass reception of the night. That time the catch and run, and with 5:50 to play in the first half, it's 13-7 Homer Center. Krajosic caught his breath, had the drink from Mrs. Renoski, kicked the extra point, capping off the 6-play, 70-yard drive that took 2:12. It was 14-7 Homer Center. Kind of a break for Homer Center. Went their way on a punt. It was fumbled by Austin Zenizak, recovered by Logan Cree, but after a long discussion, an inadvertent whistle, rule says you have to do it over again. And as we mentioned, it's a fast game for the officials down on the field. And that kind of evened things out because on a replay prior to Glendale's first touchdown, a clear fumble was missed. It was possession, and that's what Dubler took it in for the early Glendale lead. We headed to the third quarter. It was all Homer Center. They started the second half at their own 48-yard line. 2 Colin Troop carries took the football to the Glendale 30. Landon Hill then 19 yards to the Glendale 1-yard line, and Hill finished things off as the dynamic duo of Troop and Hill together carried Homer Center 52 yards on 6 plays, and they extended their lead on this play. Vinny Taglietti, right guard, and they run right behind them, and Landon Hill bounces it outside and into the end zone untouched for a touchdown for that sophomore's 9th of the season. And the Cats have scored 3 straight touchdowns dating back to the second quarter. And that was a very nice-looking drive, all on the ground. They did use that big offensive line, and it's 20-7 with 9:07 left in the third quarter. 21-7 after Michael Krajosic's extra point. And then Glendale was driving. They drove into Wildcat territory, starting at their own 34-yard line. 3rd and 11, they got a pass to Logan Cree to Homer Center's 45. Dubler then ran 21 yards to Homer Center's 25-yard line. No gain on first down. 2nd down and 10, Michael Krajosic, an interception at the Homer Center 2-yard line. Krajosic, I'm sure he'd like to have it back because it would have went into the record books as a 97-yard touchdown pass. He was all alone approaching midfield. Ball went right through his hands. He couldn't believe it, but it did not deter Homer Center. On a 3rd down and 8, Krajosic, nice nifty move in space, 14-yard pass play to move the chains. And then Logan Hill, 18 yards to the 37. 14 more to the 49-yard line. Cole McAnulty, a 24-yard run to the Glendale 21. Logan Hill, 17 yards to the 4-yard line. And Logan Hill, who had 59 yards rushing on what turned out to be a 10-play, 98-yard drive, he finished things off. Hill, left tackle, touchdown. He deserved that carry, didn't he? Wow. That is a terrific drive for Homer Center. 98 yards. Landon Hill doing the bulk of the damage for Homer Center. They didn't need that 98-yard touchdown pass, did they? Extra point missed, but it was 27-7. First down, Glendale starting at their own 28-yard line. Mason Bell stepped in front of an Ethan Cavallette pass, returned it to the the Glendale 27-yard line. Colin Troop, 21 yards to the 6. Noah Henry then got rewarded, the senior, his first rushing touchdowns to close out the scoring for Homer Center on this play. Give to Noah Henry, dives for the goal line, touchdown, Homer Center. Noah Henry. And let's see, does he have a rushing touchdown? He does not. That's his first of the season and 2nd overall. And the Wildcats now lead 33-7, 33 unanswered points. Noah Henry from 2 yards out. 34-7 after Krajosic's extra point kick. And closing out the scoring against the JV defense, Gage Wright on a 28-yard touchdown run with 64 seconds on the game clock. Patushnik added the 2-point conversion for Glendale to set the final at 34-15. We'll continue on our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show, stats and head coach Greg Page to follow. Wildcats are now 12-0 all-time here at Memorial Field in home playoff games. They'll host Bishop Guilfoyle next week. First time Guilfoyle's been here to Memorial Field, I'm going to guess, since the 1960s. Plenty of meetings between the two teams through the years, most of them at Mansion Park. Coming back with head coach Greg Page next, 34-15. Wildcats win in advance right here, and you're listening and watching it on the WCCS radio and video network.
I'm Shannon Lutniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Hi, my name is Billy, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new drivers.
That's right, Billy. Smith Bus Company is hiring.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
This is the voice of the IUP Crimson Hawks, Jack Benedict, inviting you to follow the Hawks home and away on U92.5 FM and at U92Radio.com. Start your Saturday game day with another Indiana County tradition, the Luther Ford High School Coaches Corner Show, every Saturday morning on WDAD AM 1450, 100.3 FM, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Since 1969, Luther Ford's High School Coaches Corner, every Saturday from 8 to 10 on WDAD.
Hi, Wildcat fans. This is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support. And I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
With you on our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show with Homer Center Wildcat head coach Greg Page after this 34-15 victory for the Wildcats as they advance to the semifinals next weekend when the Cats will host the Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders. Coach, sum up the game for us.
Well, it's good to get the win. I thought Glendale played really hard. They're obviously not deep, 20 guys, I think, and a couple guys got banged up, but I knew they'd come ready to play. I think Coach Trexler does a great job. Had a nice conversation with him before the game and during pregame. First time we got to really speak and get to know each other. And I knew it was going to be a battle. And I'm proud of our guys for taking the bull by the horn in the second half and kind of extending things to where we got to a comfortable point.
Yeah, turnover set them up with their first score early in the game. Yeah, you had some on your first drive, some drop passes, and just things weren't clicking. I think plays were there to be made. Your guys just didn't make them, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. We had some conversation down there throughout the game. Maybe it's the rust. But, we like having those first-round buys, and I don't recall a whole lot of rust in previous years. This isn't the most veteran team we have as far as being an older team, but having said that, we came out of that. We kind of gave them a short field for their only meaningful touchdown, and we did enough in the first half to be in the lead. But I wanted us to take more control, and we did.
Sometimes they say calls even out. Well, you had one go in your favor in the second half, but in the first quarter, there was a clear fumble. The officials, they just missed it. We watched it on the replay, and we didn't really need the
down
replay.
Here,
Right before Dubler's touchdown run, the fumble was recovered by Michael Yonda. It was out well early, but they missed it, and they took advantage of it. But you came right back after they took the lead, and Cole kind of atoned for the mistake with a 16-yard run. And then your 2 touchdowns in that second quarter, you're behind the chains twice, 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 15 on the first touchdown drive in the second quarter. And the same duo hooking up, Cole McAnulty to Michael Krajosik, electric.
Yeah, I mean, Cole when he settled and gets time, he throws a good ball. You can see that. We had a couple he threw beautiful, deep, one in the first half, one in the second half we didn't connect on, and they were there. And those were some intermediate ones, which is good because if you can get Michael the ball in those situations, you see what happens. I mean, he can make something happen. The one was just a nice slant. A couple of our guys on the sideline saw it. Saw that it was set up, and then we tried to come back to it later, and they adjusted. But, just sometimes hitting Michael just on a simple hitch route, and he can do some of those things.
Well, that actually, I'm going to take back what I said. That was in the second quarter with the inadvertent whistle on Zenizak's fumble that was recovered by Logan Crease. So, the officials take it away and they give it back, I guess. And as I mentioned on the air, the game up here sometimes a little slower than it is down on the field where it's a lot faster for those guys to see. But the rules say inadvertent whistle, you have to play it over.
I was yelling for it right away because I certainly heard the whistle early. And, hey, look, those guys did a good job. I mean, that's, I know sometimes you get to the playoffs, you get a mixed crew. But, it's tough. I mean, it's a lot of athletic plays, teams spreading the ball out. They got a lot of field to cover, too. You talk about defenses. Well, they have the same situation. So, I guess pretty much that stuff evened out.
Yeah, and Lou Exotic, he's one of my favorites. I think he does a good job, and I like the way he kind of took control of the game there in the second half at one point, trying to get things settled down. Coach, at half, this surprised me. You had first half yardage of 246, held them to 35. You only led 14-7, and somehow it didn't seem like it was that lopsided.
No, it didn't feel like that going into the team room, I can tell you that. I still felt like we were in control of the game, but it's 14-7. Anything can happen. What was key was we came out and we completely took control on that first drive of the third quarter. We went to a couple sets where we get a little heavier. Our line up front, I mean, it's the same situation. We had times where we were trying to pull a couple guys out of the box, but they were giving us a 53 look in a lot of cases, and our guys came off the ball. Our front five and those 2 tight ends did a nice job, and Landon did a nice job reading some seams and, extending plays.
Yeah, Landon on the touchdown drive that made it 27-7. He had 59 yards rushing and runs of 18, 14, 17, and then the 4-yard TD run. And how many yards on second, third, and fourth effort?
Yeah. And, I mean, that's just, with our line, if they can get a push and those guys can get moving straight ahead, I mean, even Troopy, a lot of times he gets some yards after contact, that sort of thing. That's what you want everybody to be able to do.
Coach, we don't talk about them enough, I don't think. And I thought in this football game, after watching Glendale last week, that your line could maybe impose their will tonight. I think when you watch the video of this game, you're going to see some outstanding blocking. You hear the term pancake blocks. There were a few of them in this football game. Isaiah Bent, Sage Bernard, Aiden Bikina, Vinny Taglietti, and Michael Young. I thought they really wore down this Glendale team, particularly in the second half.
I love them. All 5 of them have such good attitudes, good hard work ethics. I think it was Sage that coined the phrase "Pancake Brigade." So I think you heard it. You heard it at the banquet last night. Pancakes always sound good, but those guys, I've been telling them since the early summer. Well, actually, going back further than that with the weight room, we didn't have them all together all the time because of other sports and things, but. I said they're the heart and soul of the team. I mean, it's like next week. Where we go, I mean, if we're going to have success, it'll be because of those guys. And Noah and Mason at tight ends, too. That's a line. Those 2 are over 200 pounds, too. So that's a big line. I don't have any problem running against a tough box in that situation with those 7 guys.
10 plays, 98 yards. The amazing thing, I didn't bring my record book with me, but right through the fingertips, I think would have been a either record-tying or breaking touchdown reception covering 97 yards for Homer Center, Michael Krajosik. Years ago, a player by the name of Chris Jones caught a long touchdown pass.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, Ward, was it against Blacklick Valley? I'm trying to recall. But I'm sure Michael said, I should have had that.
I joked with him. I said 95 in the post-game huddle, and I joked with him because he's made so many great catches and gotten behind so many guys. He goes, he was laughing. He goes, you're making me feel bad. I said, no. I said, it's all good. I said, that's a rare occasion right there. And, boy, what a beautiful ball, beautiful route. Beautiful call. You know that wasn't me making that call. That was the riverboat gambler there. Yeah. I said, okay. I said, we have max protect. We're running 2 guys on the route. They got 1 guy out here. Let's take our shot. And we're getting ready to run the play. And I'm thinking, this could really bust it open. And it was just Michael's just been tremendous for us. I mean, I
saw him at halftime when I went down to use the facility. To be honest about it, and I said, you got to be a little tired. You got to work out in that first half, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the game overall, and then in the third quarter, the big interception, his 8th of the season.
Yeah.
Because they were poised to get back in this football game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, they were getting a couple dinks and dunks underneath them, and we're telling them, Mike, they're not going to beat you deep. So just, but he likes to sit back then, and he goes up for it. And that play, I was saying to our guys, I said, they're going to do a stop and go now, and they tried something like that, and he was right on it.
Well, 2 backs rushing over 100 yards tonight. Logan Hill with 113 and Colin Troop 116. That takes me back to the Boston McCracken Jesse Lee days, and that turned out pretty well in 2017, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a really good line. This is a really good line. I mean, it's just and the backs have to be able to see those things, and it's going to get tougher. We all know that, but I'm pleased. I think that they need to use this as a stepping stone. And I'm certain they're going to come back next week and be very determined.
Coach, next week you will host the Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders. A lot of history between these two programs. It's a tribute to you. You do it the honest way to public school. But they're the team wearing white, purple, and yellow. Going to come to Homer Center for the first time, I think, since the 1960s. And
since the Gene Raymond era?
Since the Gene Raymond era. You're exactly right. And, they're going to be a handful.
They are. I mean, hey, it's exciting. This is a gravy. Justin does a great job. I mean, they have tremendous kids. They're well coached. They're good again. It doesn't surprise me. But we're good again, too. I mean, that's one of those things. They had a tremendous team last year, and we just weren't quite on par with them. They deserved that championship. I mean, they put it to us. I might show a little bit of that. But it's new year, new time. We have them here at home on the grass. I mean, our kids just got to bring everything. I said, we need your energy and your attention to detail all week. That's how you beat good programs, and I feel like we're a good program. Let's duke it out, see what happens. We're going to put your streak on the line.
You brought it. By the way, you brought it up, not me.
I know.
The streak is now 12-0 in home playoff games.
He brought it up over
Memorial
commercial,
Field.
folks. He brought it up on the commercial break.
Coach, you're a fine. This is a heck of a program. It's been so much fun. Let's keep it going next week. Congratulations on the 34 victory tonight, 34-15 victory over Glendale.
Thanks. And listen, we need everybody from Wildcat Nation next week. We need to be loud and proud, and we just want to get everything behind us, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Head Coach Greg Page on our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show. You didn't catch on fire, did you, with the heater right?
Pretty warm, though.
Right beside the coach is the heater that I forgot to turn on until we reached the postgame show. Ward will check the stats, and we'll ship on out of here in just a couple of moments. 34-15 for Glendale on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Renda Media and Wildcat fans say thank you to the following clubs and organizations for their outstanding community support and for making tonight's playoff video stream possible. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, established in 1954 on Neal Road in Grayston. The Homer City Area Athletics Booster Club, serving Homer Center's youth since 1958. And by the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Old Route 119 South in Homer City. Thank you for your community.
I'm Shannon Lipniskus. Hutton Blues Insurance of Indiana is proud to support high school football.
I'm Jay Blues. You can't beat football season, and when it comes to your insurance needs, you won't beat the service we provide at Hutton Blues Insurance.
Our family business has served Indiana and the surrounding counties for more than 3 decades.
Once you do business with Hutton Blues Insurance, we'll make you a customer for life.
So best of luck, area teams, from your friends at Hutton Blues Insurance in Indiana.
Hi, my name is Billy, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new drivers.
That's right, Billy. Smith Bus Company is hiring.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Every day, businesses open with a determination to make this day better than yesterday. Families work to create a better life. Communities come together to provide better opportunities. At First Commonwealth, we're proud to be part of this journey to a better tomorrow, to provide resources that help businesses succeed, to inspire families to save for a brighter financial future, to help support our communities and keep them strong, and be better together every day.
Wildcat fans, this is Coach Greg Page. I would like to thank Wildcat Nation for your support, and I especially want to thank the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for making tonight's video presentation possible. The Bears Midget program has provided a foundation for Wildcat football for decades. Through the growth of the boosters, they now impact many of our sports here at Homer Center. From our team, we say thank you, Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club, for making a big difference in our community since 1958.
Victory over Glendale for Homer Center on to the semifinals next week. Ward, what about the stats?
For Glendale, Suds Dubler had 15 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Zeke Dubler, 1 carry, -1. Jasper had 6 carries for 32 yards. Cree, 3 for -15. Masera, 1 for -1. Wright had 2 carries for 49 and a touchdown. And Pistusnik had 2 carries, 15 yards. Total of 30 rushes, 139 yards, 2 rushing TDs. Through the air, Cavallette was 4 of 5 for 5 yards with an intercept, and Dubler threw the ball 14 times. He had 5 completions for 39, so they had 9 completions and 19 attempts with an interception. Total of 49 offensive plays, 183 yards, a real testament to the Wildcat defense. Colin Troop, 13 carries, 116 yards for the Wildcats. Landon Hill, 15 carries, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cole McAnally had 8 carries for 42. Krajosik 1 for 1 yard. Henry 1 for 4 and a touchdown. Roland had 2 for 5 yards. Dunn had 5 for 21, and Alexander 1 for -3. So we had a total of 46 rushes, 295 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. Cole McAnally through the air, 8 of 17, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an intercept. Homer ran the ball, ran 63 plays, 451 yards. That generally translates into victory.
Especially when you go on 98-yard.
Yeah, that was spectacular, wasn't it?
So it's back to the semifinals for Homer Center. They have only lost 1 semifinal game in their history, and you have to go all the way back to 1990 when they lost to Laurel Valley. 33-6. I had that as a quarterfinal matchup, and Tony Arone caught that and said back then there were only 4 teams. So I thought opening round it must have been a quarterfinal game. So all these years I had Homer Center undefeated in semifinal games. But, you know, Ward, I thought Coach Page said it well. Bishop Guilfoyle, heck of a program, no doubt about it. They should be if I was getting kids from all of those various school districts. Homer Center, public school, outstanding program. Just go back, listen to this and take this in if you will. 2013, advanced to the championship game, defeated Bishop Guilfoyle 22-12. Next year, lost to Portage in the opening round. 2016, advanced to the championship game, lost to Bishop Guilfoyle. 2017, advanced to the championship game, ended the Guilfoyle Marauders' 59-game winning streak. They were 4-time defending state champions. 2018, quarterfinals. 2019, lost in the quarterfinals at Juniata Valley. Last year, championship game, lost to Bishop Guilfoyle. I mean, that's since 2013, 4 championship games and a couple of other deep runs. What we have witnessed under head coach Greg Page and his outstanding coaching staff is something really special.
Yeah, we're spoiled. I've said that all along. I mean, you don't have a lot of teams in the conference that have had the success that this program has had, and that's a testimony again to the coaching staff and to the commitment of the players.
Well, they lead the Heritage Conference with 4 championships. To your point, Laurel Valley, coached by Homer Center head coach Greg Page's father, Jerry, finished with 3 titles before they consolidated with Ligonier Valley, and then the Rams won titles in Laurel Valley won titles in 1989-90, and United has won 2 titles, both in 2A in 1986 and 1998, and Purchase Line won a title in 1990, Salzburg in 1991, Penns Manor in 2011. Northern Cambria has never won one. Marion Center, Blairsville, now River Valley, and West Shamokin, they've never been to a District 6 championship game. And newcomer Cambria Heights lost to Richland last year. So you have some teams around the area that would need a GPS to find Mansion Park, and Homer Center has been there a number of times.
Well, yeah, that sounds rather amusing, but no, it's just that the quality of the program that Homer puts together. When they have a good team, they win. Simple as that. If they don't have the players, they struggle sometimes. In some of those games they were beaten pretty badly. But when they have a competitive team, they usually win the game, or it's darn close, and that's a credit to what they do down there on the sidelines and their preparation.
Yeah, that might have sounded funny or off color, but I didn't mean it that way.
No,
I mean, it's just a credit to what Homer Center's done through the years. Out-of-town scoreboard, 38-8, Guilfoyle ends Purchase Line season. Matt Felisic had to battle through a lot of adversity this year, but did a lot of good things. Portage defeated West Shamokin 33-31. So they advance and will play Juniata Valley. John, what was that Juniata Valley score over Conemaugh Valley? I know it was tight there for a while, and the number 1 seed Hornets will host Portage next weekend at Juniata Valley. So
they were a product of some Williamsburg players.
Yeah, and I'll find it here for you before we sign off. You have 12 of them to be exact. 29-12, Juniata Valley advances over Conemaugh Valley, so it'll be the Hornets and Portage Mustangs next weekend. Bishop Guilfoyle will come here. We want to thank everybody for making our radio and video extravaganza possible, and a special thanks to the Club Savoy Sons of Italy, Greyston Coral Sportsman's Club, and the Homer City Area Athletic Booster Club for helping to underwrite the rights fees for the video stream and making it possible for our viewers across the country. Really, we get feedback from other countries, too, along with our vast radio audience, too, on WCCS AM and FM. Our executive producer of Wildcat Sports on the radio side is Michael Burdig. On the video side, John Smathers. Our video lead cameraman tonight, Homer Center grad Zachary Vogt. And our entire broadcast crew, statistician Jerry Rossi, spotter Dennis Mester, speaking for Ward Hilliard, Mark Burdig reminding you that the final score here from Memorial Field in Homer City, Wildcats are now 12-0 all-time in home playoff games. They defeat Glendale 34-15 until we talk to you next week at the friendly confines of Memorial Field when the Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders come a-calling in a District 6 semifinal matchup. Mark Burdig wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Homer City.